Hey, I used to be able to stand sideways, stick out my tongue, and I look like a zipper, but then I got boobs and a butt.
And that's the first thing we're going to hear.
Yeah.
Yes!
I mean, is that really unexpected?
If that's not squirrel, I don't know what's not squirrel. Pull what? Oh. He's pulling it out, people. Sorry.
Our little thing.
They have thingies
We do have thingies.
that had to be pulled.
Sometimes it happens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hey, we're like actually.
Oh, wait.
It's tavern.
I'm hiding again.
It is a tavern.
kinda
We have
cool.
friends.
I'm hiding.
Well,
You have a friend.
Yeah.
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 And Bob.
And Bob.
And Bob.
Check that out, man.
I know.
That
Isn't
was
it
cute.
awesome?
Episode 3.
I like it.
Episode 3, and we have friends.
And we have like our first guests.
Yes.
For the season.
They think friends.
You know, and we're all drinking.
We're all
Having
drinking.
good times, yeah.
Yes.
But you know what would really make this really better? Much, much better?
You know, I think if we had some sort of officially licensed merchandise,
Oh yeah, something that had like
Oh,
the
darn.
Rascals logo directly on it.
I mean,
That would be
That way
amazing.
when I drink like this,
right?
you see the logo.
I think you would see the logo.
What is that in my back? Hey! I got one!
I got one too!
Hey!
You can get yours from Dragon and Unicorn Leather.
Yes.
You can order yours online for the mere price of $55, or you can wait till festival. But if you wait till festival, you know what's going to happen?
What's going to happen, Rob?
There's not going to be any left.
No,
Exactly.
they're going to go quick.
You need to get those now. Head on over to their shop. We'll pop that down in the bottom.
There's some stipulations for these mugs, though, you guys.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, because we had to deliver them to you,
Oh,
so you guys have to do some tasks.
okay.
Okay,
Well,
what do we
before
got?
we get to that, let's do formal introductions.
We should do formal
Yeah.
introductions.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
I'm Keith,
I'm Rob,
and we are,
the Renaissance Rascals.
and we're joined today by our friends.
I'm Bloody Mary.
I'm Squirrel.
Sweet, I like it. They are so easily led.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. It's like having a good dance partner.
It is.
Oh, right, right.
This is going well.
We are joining. They're joining us today. We're going to be talking about Piratey goodness and how we became invited to become part of the Crimson Fleet, the Crimson Mark, and as the title reads down there, the Squirrel Trials. You guys see that flag in the middle there? That one. Look at that one.
Anybody know where it is? It's over there.
Yeah,
Right here.
That
Right
one
here.
was absconded by a pirate.
This one.
Yeah.
Absconded.
Absconded.
Excuse me.
The
Somebody
true
was drunk and left.
The true story is my ride said it's time to go, so I left and I completely
So
forgot
it
about
was rescued. It was not absconded. It was
Look
rescued
here,
because you
she doesn't
abandoned
need a
it.
lawyer. You need to stay over there, okay?
I do what I want. Excuse you.
So there were some tasks that needed to be done, but before we can move to that, what are these questions or tasks that you have for us for our mugs?
For being pack mules for you guys.
Oh,
There's some
yes.
questions that you have to answer. They are
Sure.
all about the Crimson Mark.
Okay.
All right. I didn't even
Crimson
know there was
Mark
going to be a
related.
test.
Yeah, I need to study for this.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Sure hope you did.
We'll see.
Well, with all the work you've done the last couple months, you should know the answer to at least one of these.
Okay.
One of us will know.
Fantastic. How many questions are there?
There are two one-part questions and two two-part questions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Keith has to respond in SAP.
Sweet. Okay.
Yes.
You have to answer in the form of a question.
Okay.
I have to answer what in the first question?
It's like
It's
Jeopardy.
like Jeopardy. The answer is.
Okay. Anyway.
I caught it after I said it.
Okay, guys, first question. Which year or what year is considered the official year the Crimson Mark was founded?
What is...
I think I was still in high school. If you don't know
So
how old
was
I
I.
am, that won't tell you.
No, well, you did tell me, so now I'm trying to do math.
But you
And
don't know
I'm
how
not
old I am.
Asian.
Hold on, hold on.
math guy.
Wait.
He's got to take off his shoes. Hold on.
There, go.
That is the most foul thing I've ever happened.
I'm trying to help a buddy out. You needed extra digits.
I'm going to say 19...
would be way off. So
You would be way
it's
off.
like 2000.
No, 2002.
No.
No.
Close.
Like it's like I want to say 2005 or 2012.
Nope.
One of those
He was closer.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want the answer?
Yes.
2006.
All right.
It is on.
Well, you were closer. I thought you said 2001. Sorry.
No, 2006, and it's on the T-shirts for our 15-year anniversary.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, wait. When's the 15-year anniversary?
It was a few years ago.
2031.
No, she said I had to answer the formal question, so I just double backing onto that.
Okay, so this one might
I didn't
be.
read that. I completely spaced it because it's like. Okay.
Okay, this one might be a little bit more difficult because neither of you had met Galen before his untimely
Oh, yes.
leaving of his mortal coil. What was the Muggle name of our founder, Galen? Muggle name.
That one I know. I should know this because I fucking wrote it down. I'm like,
I thought that was his name.
no,
No.
that was his ship name.
That's his pirate
That's
name.
his
His ship
That
name
was
was
his pirate
Galen.
name, huh?
But I mean, that's also the name his mom called him too. So that makes it harder for you.
Yeah, I thought that
I
was.
can't remember,
I've
honestly.
only ever heard him.
I know that I know that I've written it down like 4 or
I
5
refer to him
different
as
times.
otherwise, but he was on my pool team on Sundays.
Oh.
So I know. That's how I learned him.
I feel like an asshole because I don't know this.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think that he would be upset.
No, the
It's
reason
kind
why
of before our time. Then,
the
so.
reason why I feel like an asshole is because I have read this and like wrote it down in several things.
Didn't I say we said that in the car? We said that in the car that he probably saw it at some point.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should know.
Oh no, I do know it. I do know it. It's just like not there right now.
You want it?
Yeah.
Joshua Cole.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, these next questions you better know. I'll be mad at you.
Me too. Okay, first two-part question.
Okay.
Which ship is Candace the first mate on, and
Squirrel.
who is the captain?
What's the name of my ship and who is my captain?
His pirate name.
The hell?
Wow, they're drawing blanks when they're put on the spot. I
Oh,
love
Yeah,
it.
dude, we don't,
Because I wasn't expecting a test.
yeah, we're not good under pressure.
Under pressure.
This mic is bothering me.
Do we need to put it somewhere else?
No. There.
It's still drooping.
Hello.
Get it
on the
excited,
table.
Rob. Get it excited.
Hello.
Put it up.
Hello. Hello.
This is
Can
all
you guys hear me?
wrong.
Can you
Hello?
balance it on the table?
Yes, balance it on the table.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold
Okay,
on. I
you
don't
have to
know.
keep thinking while you're looking for stuff.
Yeah, keep thinking because I have no clue. Okay, so you're on a
Going
ship.
down ship names.
I am on a ship.
You're on a ship.
Okay, no
it's that
researching
one-
either.
Dude, I've got tools in my hand.
Okay.
God.
Research.
So in our ship flag, there is a dragon. It is a pretty design for the dragon. There's actually 3 different heads involved.
That's not helping.
Well, I figured if you'd seen the flag.
I've
right?
posted it about it on the marked
You did,
page
and-
in the last couple of months.
You did.
And even about my captain, too.
Yeah. About both. If you guys are paying attention.
I did. I wrote all that stuff.
I'm focusing right now on trying to fix this because.
Thanks.
I did. Oh, they were freaking.
No,
out.
they're-
Even the ones that I already knew.
Which, by the way, if you guys don't know what the hell they're talking about, on the Crimson Mark public page,
Facebook page.
their public Facebook page, you can see all of the stories and the origination of the.
Yeah, I did first make quartermaster.
Yeah.
So
That's what I thought.
Yeah, she did do that.
The Hydra.
Nope.
No, it's not a Hydra. That's not even
How
one
about
of the
it starts with
ships.
an F?
That's not even this. It's the Fancy.
There you go.
Yes.
And-
Ship name.
Yeah,
It's the Fancy, and
Captain of the
Captain's name.
Fancy's ship. Captain.
is it Ron?
Nope.
no.
No, it's not Ron.
he's-
Ron is
And that's not even his pirate name.
no.
Right.
Yeah,
The Ange.
Yeah.
he's the Ange de blah blah blah
Ange de
blah.
la Marque?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Um,
you should have asked me that question. I knew that one.
Yeah.
I'm going down.
Older gent, he's older than
I'm
you.
going down captains, and I'm
He's
like,
older than you, and he's got graying hair. He used to have long hair, but I don't think you guys saw him with the long hair. He's had it cut for a while.
if we did, we probably saw one.
Yeah. He mostly wears like black and red.
He's lost.
Oh, that's every single fucking pirate there, Squirrel.
Not me.
I'm so glad I'm helpful.
No, you have to be different.
See, I'm blue and black,
Duh.
so.
I'm all kinds of.
And then I'm also gold and black.
I like not being your standard pirate.
I like being black and white.
Well, there's nothing standard about you.
No, definitely not. Let's see.
He's lost a lot of weight in the last couple years too.
Wouldn't know that.
No.
Wouldn't know that at all.
If you saw a picture of him, would you be able to guess his name?
And,
Probably.
And I'm going down the list because it's in my book. It's in the. It's
It
in
should
the,
be in your book.
No, it is in the book. Actually, I have to make an edit to the book for a couple of different reasons. But anyway.
Can you guess
Oh,
his fair name?
yeah.
Can you guess his fair name?
Okay, now I know who it is.
Can you guess his fair name? What is his captain name?
And I know who took that picture.
Oh, you've
too.
met him.
Oh, yeah.
I did too. That's an older picture, by the way. But still.
It's from 2020. It's not that old.
Yeah, you have.
Stevie took that picture.
At end of season?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's right. And yes, that he does have way shorter hair.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't even know.
Okay, should I give you guys a clue?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a reference to the Count of Monte Cristo. It means driftwood.
It's in my book. It's on page 3 of the book.
Flint?
Starts with a Z.
No. I think I got him.
We got him on this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
You guys are pitiful. You got to learn these captains' names.
I know.
We
now
do.
I'm like,
In all honesty, we
Gotta learn these captains'
Now,
names.
now I'm like, oh, we got homework to do.
Yeah.
we do.
We do.
All right.
Bad.
Go ahead and give him
This
the
is
answer.
bad. Zed?
Captain Zatara.
Zatara.
Captain Zatara.
You know what? I should have done that because I remember making, when I was doing the books, there was an analogy that I put in my head to try to remember that.
Apparently it didn't work.
No, it didn't because I'm like, what the hell? Zatara is actually a character in DC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a magician.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Last two-part question.
Okay. Wow.
So
that
the-
one's
That sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least you got the ship
I got
name.
the fancy.
I'll give you props on getting
Yeah,
the ship
you
name.
did- okay,
Because it's
so-
not very often that's actually stated.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I try to.
You do.
But even I forget sometimes.
No, but when you introduced when we actually started talking, you did introduce it and said that you were the quartermaster of the
First
first
mate.
mate. Sorry, the first. I get
We pick our own titles. pretty much.
Well,
no,
no.
not on our ship.
I didn't. Angie didn't.
Yeah, not on my ship.
I let my crew pick.
Chuck didn't. Well, Chuck brought me from
Okay.
the previous pirate group.
Okay.
Okay. Last one.
Final
We're gonna
question.
nail this one.
All right.
What is Sarah's, my pirate name and title, and who's my first name?
Captain Bloody.
No. She just said it. She's Captain Squirrel.
Captain Bloody Mary, and your first mate is Chad.
No.
No.
Yeah, no, that's
No.
No.
Your first mate?
Jared is not my first mate. He is Ron's first mate.
They're not even on the same ship.
Nope.
Your first. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Shit.
Wait, do they have to guess her real name or her fair name?
Either or, but I would
Give you a hint,
prefer
it's a
her
her.
pirate
Yeah.
name.
No. I know.
Pirate name.
I want her pirate name. Because I mentioned it in one of the last lives that you guys did right before season.
Oh, that's true. You did multiple times.
Come on, I got the first part, dude.
and I came up with the fancy, and you drew a fucking blank. So this one's on you.
It took you guys forever to get the fancy. I'm just saying.
He got the first part.
I nailed that one.
And I gave her name. That's Captain Squirrel.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Were you not paying attention 10 minutes ago?
No.
They introduced themselves.
Dude.
That's
Keith,
Bloody Mary.
hush.
Oh, okay.
ADD.
Head that's for Keith.
What is her name? Is it Nicole?
No.
No. I was thinking that's the first name that popped into my head. Is she on your ship though?
She's
has
my
to
first
be
mate.
the first mate.
She's my first mate. Yes, she is on my ship.
We're talking about ship positions. We're not talking about
Actual
extramarital
positions.
shit.
Okay, she was one of the ones that I posted in the first mate series.
She was the first one.
She was not. Rissa was.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, because the fleet quartermaster.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do replays in my head.
Dude, I can't remember what happened last week.
Ain't that the truth? I can barely remember what happened yesterday.
Going back to the summer, like,
Yeah, I'm trying to replay it in my head because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world to see that done.
yeah, it was super
Like
cool.
the stories and everything.
You're welcome.
You don't need to hear this.
Her first name is Joy.
Her real name is Joy.
Her real name is Joy.
What's her pirate?
Her pirate name was also her Pirate King name in 2016.
And actually, there was a lot about the previous past Pirate Kings for the new Pirate King to be
Yes,
named
there
this
was.
year.
Yes, there was, and that's why I'm like, I'm tapping my foot because I'm like, I'm trying to remember everything, but it was a really, really rough, trying time. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, we
No
don't
one
need
will
to
ever
talk
say
about it.
anything
It's
else.
fine.
All right, you guys
We have
done
an
trying
agreement.
to. Are you guys done hurting your brains
Yes.
on this?
Yes.
All right.
And the Argonaut.
And the
And the
Argonauts.
Argonaut.
It's kind of neat. No, it doesn't. I know the name Joy.
You have a picture?
I do. Hold on.
I'm like, I'm so much better with faces.
We're such bad pirates.
Well, it didn't help you guys with.
Oh, I have an excuse though. English isn't my first language.
Whatever.
You know what? That's so not excuse. Wait.
She
I have
would
an
be
excuse.
So
I have an excuse for
annoyed with you
everything.
both.
You want to know what it is? My parents had sex.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I know who Joy is. I don't ever.
I mean, I hardly ever call her by her pirate name.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
because
I mean,
I've never really called her by.
It's
her
only
pirate
been
name.
like recently. I mean, of course, it's also only recently that I got the name Squirrel, but it's still a hit and miss on if people are going to call me Candace or call me Squirrel. So that's still a thing. Like, there's going to be times where I'm sorry, I'm going to forget to call you your pirate name, call you Rob.
that's
Same with Keith.
it's acceptable.
Same with Sarah. I hardly ever call her
but
Bloody
that's-
Mary. I call her Sarah.
So within the structure of the organization, I find either acceptable for my
Same.
person
Yes.
for me personally.
Well, I
You
went
know-
so long without a pirate name after I left the last group because that pirate burned down with the ship. So for reasons
Fair.
that
We
had to
don't
be
need
there.
to get into just like with other
So
Yes.
I didn't have a pirate name until I finally went to Orleans with a group of pirates, and
Yeah, I heard the story. I thought that was
I
cool.
It's an
Squirreled.
amazing story.
I love
I-
that story, and it's all Fidget's fault. Just so if she ever watches this at some point, Fidget, it is all your fault that I am First Mate Squirrel now. Sorry, First Mate BS Squirrel. The BS part comes from Greenbeard.
For Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street Squirrel. BS Squirrel is my official name.
I like it.
I actually like that name. That's
Yeah, my name doesn't have such a cool story. I just made it up.
Well, when you decide that you want to be as adventurous as me and squirrel 6 pirates into a strip club on Bourbon Street at 3:00 in the afternoon, then you'll get some fun stories.
But I don't need to
I-
squirrel 6 pirates into a strip club on Bourbon
Well,
Street.
I
at
didn't
3
even
o'clock in
try.
the
I just
afternoon.
squirreled into it for my own reasonings.
Yeah, and they were
just
following
followed.
you to make sure you didn't get into trouble.
no.
I would never get into
Yes.
trouble.
No.
No, they were not following me to get into trouble. They asked where the hell I went. And I'm like, it's buy one, get one booze, and it's free entry. They're like, oh, okay.
There.
Yeah.
That's why. Because that's what I got distracted by. I'm like, ooh, free entry, buy one, get one? And I'm like, oh,
Not
shit, they're
even
not following me. They
boobies?
didn't see where I went. I
Meanwhile,
stepped back
everybody
outside.
else is like, she went to a strip club.
Yeah.
And they're like, that tracks. Yeah.
They're not surprised. And then it became one of those things that Fidget continued on the squirrel name by doing day 0. 3:00 in the afternoon, squirrels into a strip club. Day 1, spills within 30 seconds. A fancy drink. And I'm like, yeah. And it just kind of went on. Every day I did something weird.
Oh my goodness.
Like, seriously, 30 seconds. They had just put it down on the table. I went to reach for it. It went plunk. I'm like,
So-
shit.
Okay. Thank you guys for those questions because that does point out.
Now you guys get some learning stuff.
Yes, we
and
do.
it does point out a really big knowledge gap for me that I do need to kind of push forward and make sure.
I mean, you guys helped with. See, I thought you were going to get more of these because you helped with, like, the rewriting of the rules and stuff.
No,
Right.
no, that was the thing. Is I'm like, I should know that, and I was like, crap, like, and I was
See,
like,
Oh.
if you have any questions about the crew or the captains or anything, I'm the one who put all that information together.
oh, I know, I know.
That's why she came up with the questions asked.
No, and I appreciate that because it does point out something that I find really significant when you join any organization. I don't care if it's the Crimson Mark or the Barbarians or the Rivendell Rangers, whoever you're gonna be. You're gonna have these moments where it's like, yeah, you should know that guy. Maybe not. You might not remember it, but as far as my duties as a captain, it is something that I will have to worry about correcting.
Yeah, definitely.
right? First mate.
Yes,
Yeah,
Captain.
yeah. Anyway,
Of course.
let's get on with this show because this has been fun, and I think that I think that we should dive into this because
So I'm hiding again.
no, you shouldn't be hiding
Yeah,
because
don't
this is
hide.
this is our origin story. This is really cool, man. Like, you are one of the people, and Keith and I were talking about this before you guys came in. You are one of the people that has been a gateway for the success of the Renaissance Rascals. We started off last November.
I'm so proud of you.
We had like
That wasn't the intent. I just wanted to fuck with you.
no, but it was,
I'm just saying.
It was great because what started off as just, and you were really respectful about it. We started off in November. By the time we met, the first time like the three of us met,
During the invasion down
was in May,
here. Yep.
and we had a blast, a banger of a time.
That was fun.
That was so fun.
My ride got all pissy and was like, I didn't want to go home, and I was a little too tipsy, and I left my flag. That one. Right there.
Right in the middle.
You went
that one right
well
there.
beyond tipsy, my friend.
Oh yeah, no, I
Finger
was,
in it.
I was all sensibilities were freaking gone, and I was
Gone.
like, whatever, dude.
And it was hilarious.
It was great. I had a good time. I remember that much.
I honestly don't remember seeing you leave. I'm just saying.
I
I was
kinda,
also not in a very.
I kind of ninja out
I was in
whenever.
sobering up mode, so I could drive back home.
Oh yeah, I kind of ninja out whenever I need to. But so Squirrel was nice enough to reach out and hey, you left something. I was already halfway to the house when I got that text, and I'm like, whatever.
And then it was forgotten about
Yeah, and then so
by
then-
all party. Well, I didn't forget. I put it in a place where
Yeah.
I knew I won it, but it took me like a week to go back into that room.
right.
And I go, oh shit, that's still.
And
there.
then so moving up towards festival, Squirrel had reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I have your flag," and I was like, "Cool, thanks." And then the response was, "I have a series of tasks for you to do."
So, on
But-
the beforehand of that, as I actually asked Fidget if she thought it would be okay to play with cast members in that way.
Yeah.
Fidget said, "Yeah, come with like something." And I'm like, I was thinking 3 tasks. I already have them in my head. She goes, "Perfect." She goes, I'm like, "But I have a question about timing." She goes, "Reach out to Clover, aka
Lucinda.
Lucinda,
Yeah.
because she would know more about cast members' time frames."
Yep.
And so I reached out to her, and guess what? Your wife said.
What did my wife say?
She said, "I will tell you everything you want to know as long as I can fuck with them too."
That sounds like a reasonable
Which-
response from
Which
my
is
wife.
great because she's one of the people that like was most welcoming to me when I first came on cast.
Oh, we love her. So much.
And-
Kelly, Clover, Lucinda is one of the best people you could come across if you're on
Absolutely right.
cast besides Madre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Becky,
and
whenever.
she wasn't working on cast this last year,
No, she
like
wasn't.
my first year. So for the last couple of years, she hasn't been on cast. This last year, the season 2024 season, she was working out of the Armored Fairies booth,
Right.
which was awesome because now we've gotten to more FaceTime, and then she went down to Santa Fe with us, and again more
Yep.
FaceTime, plus seeing her again at end of season. Again, more FaceTime, getting to know people. And that's the big thing is just getting to have more time with people. And it was great because the first task was I had to give
Find
you
a tasty nut.
I had to give you a tasty nut, and unfortunately, I didn't have time to do it before opening weekend because
So my original thought of that was that you would just get me the
a bag
King's
of
Court
nuts. Yeah, no, and that's an easy out.
And that's why I
so-
chose that as the very first one. Simple task that
Right.
gets you in the mood.
So the first task was to get Squirrel
Foreplay.
a tasty nut.
Exactly. Foreplay.
And it was fun because I looked at Keith and I said, "Yo, dude, I gotta get a tasty nut." And he just kind of looked at me and shook his head. And then we both looked around and looked for the giggling fiddler.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful man. We love him very, very much.
love
But
him
he's
so
a
much.
dirty bird.
I mean, that would have been fun going that route too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
No.
lie.
We have found your tasty nut.
Yes, yes.
I would have been laughing my ass off at that.
Yeah.
But and then I came up with I was like, oh, I wonder if I have enough time to go and grab a coconut. And so I told Squirrel, I gave her the bag of nuts, and I was like, here, you have a whole bag of nuts. She's like, I only needed one. I said, no, I just take the whole
I
bag.
actually really just wanted a sampler.
Yeah.
That's
no,
all I wanted was
I
just
got
a
you a
sample.
whole bag.
So I got her whole bag of nuts, and I said, but this isn't what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to get the other one. And she goes, wait, what are you talking about? I said, I'm going to get you a coconut. And I said, but you're going to have to carry them from now on. So, hence we have
He's been staked.
Uncle Bob.
Uncle
now.
Bob on a stick.
He even
Bob
has a
now
bow
has-
tie.
Has an anal insertion.
Because, you know why we call him Bob, right?
Bob is Bobalicious.
No, because when you throw him in the ocean, that's what he does. He just bobs along.
Well, I don't know. He might be a little bit heavier now with the resin inside, but hey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you actually resined him out, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, not the outside, but the inside.
The
he's
inside,
resin.
yeah.
The outside,
just
he's
doesn't fuck
got a
around
protective
with
No,
layer.
dude, he's like a legit shillelagh now.
He's
Yeah.
got a
I like
he's
that.
got a protective layer on the outside so the sun won't do stupid shit, but he's got full resin on the inside, 2 coats.
And so the second task,
And this one vexed me a little bit more than the first one. Because the second task I had to...
Lucinda wanted to play.
She did. And she cheated.
And she told
Totally
me, she
cheated.
goes, can I hide from him?
Totally.
I'm like, if you don't, I will be upset.
Oh, no. And I found her, and I spotted her a couple of times.
And
Oh,
she
yeah.
said you did.
And she was just, I made eye contact with her, and I went like this. And she just kind of smiled, and then I kind of disappeared and popped up again later on, and she was like, Jesus Christ, you're everywhere. I'm like... And so then I was scoping her out because I saw the freaking rose that was on her. I had to fetch a little... And I wanted to do this in like
I
good...
should have brought that rose. I'm sorry.
I wanted to do this in really good, true fashion of like a pirate. I wanted to lift it off of her, but she
Yeah.
had looped it around.
And she did that on purpose.
I know she did.
We were totally in thief mode. We were gonna jam that thing. It was
Yeah,
was
but
gone.
you're trying to lift something off of an experienced pirate who was also a
A
barbarian.
witch.
Good.
And-
Sorry.
And?
Sorcerer.
And
Sorceress.
No.
Herbalist.
Herbalist.
Herbalist. Sorry, herbalist. My
Herbalist.
bad, Lucinda. Herbalist.
Herbalist.
I would have been able to get... I actually...
Before she was an herbalist, she was a barbarian.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I actually tugged at it, and I had it fully in my hand, and I tugged at it. And she goes, excuse me, and I'm like, you cheated.
She said the reason she wrapped it was to make sure you couldn't thieve it off of her.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I wanted to do, and I was like, because she knows me.
She knew that you were
She-
going to try.
No, she knows me. She knows I would have gotten it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why she wrapped it.
so she wrapped it,
And then I turned around and I said, all right, what do I got to do to get it back from you? I need that. And she goes, oh, well, here. And I was like, son of a bitch.
All you had to do was ask for it.
Yeah, no, it was great. I had to give her a kiss, but I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to ask nicely.
And then I got it
provide some
back in
physical
my
affection.
favorite fashion, because who will ever say no to teeth? Teeth.
Teeth.
Sorry, winches, I'm pulling you out of this one. Oh, teeth.
Teeth. Where's Mel? Do you think Mel will watch? We should
Mel
ask
might watch. I think she watched a couple. Mel, love you.
Oh, wait, you have to give a
Wenches.
shout out real quick before we continue the story. You
Oh
have-
yeah, that's right. So I know that some of my students are probably going to be watching this.
Wait, what school is it? Don't
I-
say that.
I'm not going to say what school it is. I'm not going to give
Say
their
age.
names. They are 5th grade girls
There you
from
go.
my
Oh.
school.
Oh, cool.
Girls, if you're watching this,
Hi.
remember what I said.
It's past your bedtime. Go home, go to bed.
Remember what I said. This is an adult podcast.
Adult show. I can't hold back even if I wanted to. This is why I don't speak
There-
amongst children.
yeah, there's no filters here.
There is no filters
Okay, so-
anywhere. I don't
But-
filter around her child.
They don't. Okay, they don't get a filter from me either.
No, you're not allowed to cuss at school.
I don't. Okay, I have.
Ah, yes.
Only a couple of them actually heard it. So any of my students, girls, if you're watching or listening, keep in mind, remember what I said. This is an adult podcast, so there's adult language. I already prepared you for this.
Don't repeat the language.
If you do it outside of school, and it had nothing to do with here.
Yeah, if you did it in front of Miss Palmer, you know that you're not.
Blame it on
If you
Deadpool.
do it in school, Squirrel is coming after you with Bob.
Oh my gosh.
Blame it on Deadpool.
I love you guys, and I will see you soon.
It's Wolverine's fault too, just saying.
I actually had a chance to speak at
I
a school.
finally watched that movie. I'm so excited. I freaking
I
love
thought it
it.
was great.
It was
It was a good movie.
amazing.
Worm finally undid the child safety on the Disney account so I could actually watch
No.
Deadpool.
Okay, so my brother is the one who originally created our Disney Plus account, so I logged into
child
his
safety,
profile,
okay.
so now that's
Disney.
my profile, and I'm watching all the Deadpool movies, and I finally got to watch Deadpool and Wolverine the other night.
It's a great movie.
it was worth it. It was
Very
worth the
worth
wait.
it.
It was
So
good,
worth
yeah.
it.
It was worth the
It
wait.
was totally worth the wait.
See, that's how much faith even my own crew has in me. I had child parental controls on Disney. Just saying.
What are they? Wait. What are you gonna? What part are you gonna pause
Unlike, I don't know.
On
just
Ryan Reynolds' butt.
Yeah.
100%.
And then Hugh Jackman's butt.
I mean, I
And
love
then-
the ending
and
when
Although-
his shirt finally comes off. and
Oh,
he's there
man, that
we
was
go.
a-
Although I
Amazing.
will say,
But then, hold on, real quick.
Wait.
In the back of the Honda
Have you seen it?
Odyssey,
Sorry.
With Deadpool in the back with the knife.
What's that?
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Making sure
so
there's no spoilers.
I will say that the very first Deadpool movie had a very, very, very uncomfortable moment for me.
Which one?
Which was?
The whole montage of sex,
Yes.
because my daughters
You-
wanted to go watch Deadpool.
Nice.
No primers, no warners, no warnings, no nothing.
Girls, you
Yeah,
better not
I
be
took
watching
I took
Deadpool.
my son to that movie.
Uncomfortable
Same kind of thing.
moment.
I was like, okay, well that just happened.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference. If it was my sons would have been like, would have shut up and been eyes glued on the screen. What do my daughters do?
Right.
Like they're expecting a reaction. Now, what am I doing?
Not moving my eyes from the screen.
No eye contact. No eye contact.
Do not
We're
look
not
at
doing
me. Turn around. Eyes on the screen.
Just keep watching. Birds
Yeah,
and the Bees
no.
right now. You're good.
So
I
yeah,
would certainly hope that that was not the introduction of Birds and the Bees for those children.
they were teenagers at that point.
Yeah.
Children.
They were teenagers at
Okay,
that
I
point.
work with anywhere from kindergarten to 8th grade. The
Okay,
fucking children.
let's be real about this. By the time I don't know about you guys. By the time I was in 8th grade, I knew how all the parts functioned and I knew everything.
It was also the early 2000s for me, so yes, I knew exactly. But here's the thing. No.
Kids nowadays are worse, man.
I'm
they
aware.
have their fingertips
I'm
at everything.
fully
Doesn't matter what
aware.
parental controls you put
Oh,
on, they find
dude.
ways through.
Do you
I
know
used
the
to
kind of
coach soccer.
conversations I've had with 8th grade girls in just like the last 3 weeks.
I used to coach youth soccer, and to hear a kid going, "Oh yeah," on the field, and me to turn around and look at him, "You come here now," and kid just, and I'm like, "Do you know what you just did?"
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. And I was like, "You ever do that again? I'm gonna make this entire
Can't
team
even make
run
that
a mile."
noise.
No.
And he just looked at me and goes, and I said, "So you want to be the reason why everybody hates you?"
Okay, how long has that been?
That was, she's in 6th grade now. That was only 4 years ago.
Okay, this is Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha started in 2010. So that initial group
don't
of
know
Gen
any of these
Alpha
alpha
are now
groups.
freshmen in high school this year. So that is like the first group. And then this Gen Beta or whatever they're going to name it starts next year. So all these kids, 700 kids in my school of kindergarten through 8th grade are all Gen Alpha. And my daughter, who is 6 years old, is Gen Alpha. And I'm like, bruh, what's your fucking bruh? All day.
Hey,
My
parents
daughter
got
and I will go-
Dude was a thing when I was growing
Well,
up.
yeah. and
Dude's still a thing for me.
It's
I
still
mean,
things
yeah.
like-
Everybody's a
yeah,
dude.
I still
exactly.
call everybody
It's a
dude.
dude.
So they're
Listen,
like, bruh, and I'm like, I'm not your
Nah,
bruh.
It switched from dude to bruh.
You know what-
I actually prefer dude.
You know
over
what?
bruh.
The,
Right.
the one that
'Cause
still
dude
gets
is a
underneath my
full word,
skin.
Bruh is not.
The one that
Well, neither
still
is
gets
bae
under
or
my
boo Or
skin.
whatever the hell they
is
pronounce
bae.
it as, the BAE.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, really?
Whatever is the
Ugh.
one that gets underneath my skin, and I swear to God, all my kids know.
Which one?
Whatever.
Oh, whatever.
You do not. Do not look at me and just go, whatever, because, ooh, Daddy will come over. It's not a good idea.
Whatever.
You're not my kid.
Whatever.
I just want to see Daddy go over the
And
table.
you would appreciate it if I did that to you. So.
What? Sorry.
Hey, I'm not here for a cheap thrill. I cost money.
How much?
No, you don't.
He called you
I
out.
don't know why I set you up all the time. I know you're gonna take the bait.
Of course I am.
I know.
You left the door open.
I
Walked right
know.
through it.
And I know exactly what I'm doing. And
course
I
you
do
are.
it all on purpose. It's great. I hate you.
But
Oh.
you don't hate
Anyway,
him because
so
he walks through
no,
the door.
I honestly, it's if you can't have any fun, what the
Yeah,
hell's the
what's the
fucking
point?
point? You know.
Well,
So
I mean, I don't like any of you guys, so why am I here?
because task 3.
Oh, shit.
Task number
Oh, wow, we
three.
really got
Hey,
Yeah.
you're the one who drove me down here. This was my idea.
Wait, you shanghaied her?
Well, so
You're not even Asian.
My idea.
The entire thing
This
was
was my
her
idea.
idea. I just came along for the ride, and then I ended up being the driver. What the fuck?
That was your idea, not mine.
Well, I told her I would get here quicker than what Map said, which I did.
You did.
By how many minutes?
5.
That's not.
Hey, there was traffic.
That doesn't count.
There was traffic.
For
You know,
Candace,
going
it
through
does.
Larkspur doesn't matter. Going through Larkspur all the way through Monument.
Monument when we
Nobody
both had to
knows
chew
how
gum
to do
to make our ears
75
pop.
in any
It's that
goddamn
gap,
lane.
dude. It's that
It's the gap.
stupid gap.
And it's retarded. I was like, you can still do 75. We were before.
It's the gap.
What happened?
They hit that curve and they forget.
It's not a curve. It's barely a curve.
Thank you. It's just a look, kids. Here, you ready? You ready? You drive it through the gap. Just this. It's just.
Kids.
And then you go right back.
It's been probably.
Oh, you know what's funny? Sorry, Captain, I'm calling you out. He doesn't do it anymore. I will say that. First road trip I did with my captain.
Chuckles.
Every slight curve in the road. Like that one.
Dude,
I'm like, dude, why are you doing that?
My mother.
What do you mean? I'm going around the curve. I'm like, but why are you jerking the
Why
steering
do you
wheel?
make a 17-point turn?
You don't need to do that.
My mother-in-law does that. It's
You-
freaking terrifying.
You got to do the Austin Powers music next time that happens.
Honestly, so when I took this road trip with them, it was me, Worm, Chuck, and his wife, Angie.
I don't know if I want to be in a car with that.
Yeah, that's.
So the only thing that was bad is me and Worm kept saying, we'll drive. We'll help in driving. Yeah, they wouldn't let us, and I don't like either one of their drivings.
Yeah.
I think that's why Chuck doesn't drive to the
So,
springs anymore for
I mean,
the
it could be
Colorado
worse.
event because I pick on
You
him
want
too
to talk
much.
about driving trips? It could be worse. Every time we go anywhere, I'm driving.
Yeah,
You-
I'm typically a driver.
And
I
he's
love
sleeping.
I am not. I am meditating.
No, sir.
And that is why
driving. If
you
you
are
snore,
sleeping.
it is not meditating.
Look, thank you.
I didn't hear myself. I didn't hear myself snore once.
No, that's
That's not how that works.
that's a lie because this motherfucker.
You woke yourself
Oh,
up.
Yes, he
my God.
does.
I'm like, yeah, where are we at?
We're going to Santa Fe. We
I
don't.
just-
we haven't even hit Trinidad yet.
I would
Oh,
literally
my.
snore and choke myself awake and remember the last thing Rob and I were talking about, and
And
I
you'll
just
just
launched
pick up the
myself into the
conversation.
conversation.
And Rob's like, what?
And I'm minding my own damn
Sounds like an
business at
hour
that
ago,
point.
dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this: what about Muskogee, Oklahoma?
What about it?
You want to go
When's that?
What is it?
in May?
May's a little rough for that.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
when
that's
rehearsals
rehearsal.
start.
Rehearsals?
It would,
Okay.
yeah. Well, depending
Well,
on
they
what-
won't even
what-
come to my
when.
fundraiser because it's the same weekend.
Okay, so
that they
chances
start
are it
rehearsals.
would be Mother's
I
Day
also don't
weekend,
play
which is
pool.
Pirate Weekend down in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
But I have a lot of other random things. I have a silent auction, Chinese
So
auction, a whole bunch of
for
random shit.
Oh, no,
Jared and I,
definitely
that's
can't go there.
our, like, second home.
I'm not for
Jay and
auction.
I have gone every single year since 2015.
Okay.
But I'm for auction.
Obviously, we didn't go because we have the little one. But then this year, we went last year in 23, and this year, and she's like, "Are you going to Oklahoma this
Oh
year?"
my god.
I'm like, "No, baby, we can't go to Oklahoma this year." And she's like, "Why not?"
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna
if it's
go to
over
Oklahoma.
Mother's Day, they may not do.
Yeah, because we normally don't do Mother's Day, but I cannot leave on Mother's Day. That's a real asshole thing to do, and I kind of like being married to my wife.
She will too.
See, that's
Yeah,
my
but-
She won't.
She wouldn't want to, would
that's
she?
Well, then
that's
that's
my
her-
Mother's
that's her
Day
choice.
present is to go to Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know
See,
that
every opportunity I've had to go to Oklahoma was always on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And every time it was really pressured on me, come to Oklahoma. I've already had plans with my mother.
Yeah.
See, in advance, I'm like, "Hey, Mom, we're gonna go to Muskogee again this weekend. I'm gonna bring you home something," and she's like, "Okay, have fun." My mom.
I mean, that's
See,
not
you bring her home something.
That ain't gonna
unnatural, though, but that's your mom.
work. That ain't gonna work.
Well, yeah, because my mom knows that I'm.
I mean, that would be my
Busy
mom
as
too.
fuck.
If I actually
Two
chose to
things.
go to
won't
Oklahoma
fly.
instead of doing something with her, the only trick is I usually have something planned with her way in advance that I cannot get out of and don't want to get out of.
Well, and then I don't blame you because I love your mom. I think she's amazing, and you love my mom.
If you guys
She's
have not
amazing
met
too.
my mother yet, you will. She is a peach. One of these parties that you guys come to, well, it would have to be one of my parties that you guys come to, are the only ones that she comes to.
Her mom
Or-
is also very protective
because-
of my daughter, and she's not even her grandma.
Or because your folks live down in this area.
No, so my dad and my stepmom live down in this area. My mom and Steve live really close to me.
Okay.
And
they
we're
live-
like 10 minutes
They
apart.
live really close to Racine.
So
in the neighborhood
Ash
I
and
grew up in,
Fidget are like the halfway mark between me and my mom's house.
which
Nice.
really
All right,
isn't even.
we
that
got
great.
way off topic here. Let's
Okay.
get back to task number 3. This one was actually kind of fun.
This was a good one. I enjoyed this one.
Task number
And
3.
you went above and beyond on this one.
We were told that we had to sing, we had to serenade, and get a kiss from someone.
Yes.
Someone very, very special to the Crimson Mark.
They had to guess who
Yes.
it was.
And we weren't told until I think it was the second weekend or third weekend.
So the original task was you were supposed to figure it out on your own, and then I goofed and told you who.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me until like the third weekend or something.
But you
like
guys
that. It was
didn't
right
do
before
it
Pirates.
until
But yeah.
closing
We didn't do it till closing weekend because we
Saturday.
wanted to kind of draw it out.
Yeah, but
So that's I
look,
picked
you
the
had
3
to
weeks
pick
that I would be
closing
there.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You had to pick Harry
No,
Fairy
I
Day.
picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Hey.
She picked the day.
I picked the day.
You did?
Yes, she
I
picked the
wanted
day.
them to serenade Commodore to Commodore. Well, our Commodore was dressed like that.
Yeah.
However,
That was the picture in my brain.
Perfect.
what everybody wasn't ready for was the song that we decided to pick.
Oh, I love that choice.
We
That made me
did.
so happy.
We
I'm not
did.
gonna
You've
lie.
Lost That Loving Feeling by the Righteous Brothers.
And he
And
actually
then-
really likes that song.
And then,
He
I know
got
he does.
into it.
Yeah.
And then we, instead of just going up to him at the bar, we pulled him all the way up on stage.
At the Pirates Pub.
At the
video
Pirates
of that.
Pub. Sebastian, thank you for giving us that
Yes.
time slot. And it was hilarious because everyone was like, "What is going on?"
The only
And then I
thing-
look out and there's all these cameras.
I know. I was like, holy crap.
The only thing that was ever a slight comment, where this is for you, he really wished when he was dressed like that you would not have called him Commodore Worm so often.
Okay, so on
Because we don't wear our sashes when
yeah
we're
on
in
Harry
those outfits.
Harry Fairy Day, no sashes. That is a laid down law from Commodore Galen. When the Harry Fairy thing started with Scotty,
Oh.
no sashes.
If you're
in
gonna
Harry
dress
Fairy Day.
in the opposite, the Harry Fairy,
Outside
the
of,
Harley
yeah.
Fairy,
Or
then there's
Fairly
no
Harry.
sashes allowed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Because the Fairly Harry started a
With
few
Jen.
years later.
in 2017,
Yeah.
no 16, because I did it in 17 with Jen. Because Jen is the one who started the whole thing because she really likes the Relay Brothers and drag and stuff like that. So I did that with her in 2017, but we went along the same guidelines as Harry Fairy Weekend as to no sashes.
No sashes.
And more than once that first year, because I
Yeah, that
wore
became
Jared's
blue.
garb.
So
Or my husband's garb that weekend, and more than once I got clapped on the shoulder like this. Hey, Jared, and they're like, "Oh, you're not Jared."
You're like,
I'm sure that was the
"Yeah."
funnest
Oh my-
one.
So for those of you out there that aren't in the know about what they're talking about, like official, unofficial type of things, as part of the Crimson Mark, we wear sashes that have various patches on them.
Fleet patch.
There's the fleet patch.
The ship patch.
There's your ship patch, and occasionally there is the Leviathan patch.
Leviathan armband.
Right.
Some of us either wear on the arm or put on the sash. Mine was on my
Correct.
coach.
Correct. And so those are where we're actually supposed to be in the official capacity of representing the mark. When we go abroad or go to other festivals where, like we were talking about in Arizona,
Yeah.
that's not an official Crimson Mark event because there's not enough people from Colorado that can make it down there. Instead, that is a Renaissance Rascals pirate invasion that we're going to have fun with, and we're inviting some of our friends to come and join us for that fun silliness.
The reason the Mark can't make it is because it's usually the same weekend as Northland Pirate Fest.
No, Arizona's in that.
Oh,
you're-
Arizona. I
Yeah,
thought you
you're
said
thinking
Santa
Santa
Arizona's
Fe.
in March.
I thought you said
No,
Santa.
no, Arizona. Thankfully, we have been told that this next year we will be able to attend both events, Santa Fe and North Glen.
Because you guys went to Santa Fe this year, right?
We did.
This year you guys were able to.
Yes, and next year it's going to be the same.
One
the
of these
same
years
time.
I might make it to Santa
was
Fe.
our first official pirate fest.
Yes, and that one was fun because we went as Jinmon as the ship.
And you're a fabulous character.
Thank you.
I love that. It was so beautifully done.
Thank you.
You
And-
guys are still welcome to crash on my couch since I live on the street.
That
at Northland.
That is awesome. I'm slowly collecting little crash pads up there.
Yes, we have to.
I mean, I'm a little bit
No.
further south
No,
from
you
Northland,
can
but I'm still
walk
within a
from my
drivable,
townhome
comfortable
to
distance.
the park in 10
Oh hell, I'm
minutes.
parking at your place from now on.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
You have to get there early
that parking was
and
ridiculous.
register for the parking.
Register.
Yeah.
Well, so it's assigned
our
assigned
HOA
spots.
has
You have-
a parking registration for visitor parking,
Yeah.
but it's for 24 hours, so you could do it on Friday night, and it would be okay through Saturday night. And I have air
But so that's why it's
mattresses
one of
and a
those.
couch.
If you can get there
dude.
earlier, the better to make sure you can actually get one of the few.
Darling, I'm an old school
visitor
soldier. You
spots.
give me a couch, I'm in heaven. I'm
just sit in a
perfectly
chair.
fine. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with leaning up
I
against
mean,
the wall.
we'll bring one of the leather chairs down to the living room if that's what you really want. I don't care. It's
I'm
small. It's
I mean,
a small
depending on
living
how-
room.
I mean, I got plenty of room in my house. You can always
too.
crash at my place. I'll be the DD
Well,
to and from Northland because it's really not that far.
No, and
I won't because I like to stumble home after.
one of our newer recruits, she's one of my oldest friends. She lives in
I have
Westminster,
a guest room.
which is not far from Marissa's place.
Yeah.
We've been invited to stay there as well.
Oh, so that was a thing that came about when I was in Orleans for my company trip. So that was fun. Did you hear about that?
I heard
Did
that
see
you
the
went to New Orleans.
You didn't.
So my company paid vacation this year was to Orleans. I spent 5 hours with my coworkers. The entire 4 days I was there. The rest of the time I was with pirates.
Well, see,
Nice.
I saw all the pictures with you and Greenbeard.
Yes.
That's what I
So,
thought.
and the day, so Saturday is when the CEO of our company likes to do a company photo, and then it's either like dinner or something that he plans. For Orleans, he did the jazz dinner cruise up the Mississippi. So I had already had plans to meet up with the pirates that day and do the first original party, Oktoberfest party bus.
Ooh, neat.
And it
So
was
we
a
met at
schoolie.
one place. It was a school bus that was driven by a chauffeur, fully paid for. We could basically do whatever we wanted on this school bus, including alcohol. So there was shots going everywhere, and we bar hopped 4 different places until we ended up at the New Orleans Oktoberfest event festival thing. I don't officially know the whole thing because I was
Little
working on
drunk,
getting
yeah,
drunk
got
at
it.
that time. But my favorite thing is from there I had to go meet up with my company. So I'm dressed as a pirate, working on getting fucking drunk, showing up to a company photo. Dressed as a pirate. Before we got onto the jazz dinner boat where I drank more.
So
Tonight.
I wore some of my.
Oh, you're finally gonna drink with us?
Well, I'm almost done, you slacker.
Well, Keith hasn't even
go.
started.
No, I'm not much.
He doesn't really drink that much.
Fair.
It's okay.
I was like, I'm the boozer. I started before everybody. Which,
That's
if
okay.
anybody's surprised by this, let me know.
So
Because
now,
we need to
how long
talk.
have you been with Mark?
That is an excellent question. I
See, I
am
knew this
prepared to
question was gonna
answer
come
it.
up.
I was hoping you would have an answer to that question. Not unlike the questions that you asked us.
Okay,
Here
because
we go.
You should have the answer to
this
this.
was actually part of our conversation on the drive down.
So a two-part question.
Okay.
How long have you been in, and what made you want to pursue this piratey goodness?
Okay, so originally Galen and I did not see eye to eye, so I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
However, Jared, my husband, had been in since I think mid-2016, that fair season. So the following year, he and I got engaged at fair on the pirate pub stage.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
I know.
That's cute.
Um,
They're disgustingly cute, aren't they?
There,
I mean,
So-
constantly.
so
yeah.
2017, we got engaged. And then as I walked back to my friends after getting the engagement ring and all that other thing, Worm is like, "You're press ganged. You're part of the mark now." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, basically I didn't have a choice. So I got press ganged into the mark in 2017. In 2019 or 2020, it was 2020, before the COVID lockdowns, before March, before all of that nonsense. A friend of mine became a captain, and he said, "Hey, I want you to be my first mate." And I said, okay. So that then started like my major involvement in the mark in 2020. After, just like wearing my sash and wandering around, just doing my thing on my own with Jared. And then last year, that same captain made the decision on his own to step down from his captaincy and handed his ship to me. And that is when I became captain last August. Yes, last August 2023. I became the captain and changed the ship over to the Starboard Bridge.
Nice.
So it's been 7 years.
And what about you?
Actually, I'm a cheater. I was talking to my captain on when we left our previous pirate group. And the Fancy was born, and we are both on the same, we think it was 7 years ago. So,
right about the same time.
Yeah, the previous pirate group, we had to leave for reasons, but Galen was 100%, he was already working on me and on Chuck. He's going to check to confirm that it's actually 7 years, because that's why I love my captain. He keeps book records.
Everything is paper, nothing stays.
I mean, that's a true statement, especially when it comes to Chuck. Galen was already trying to get, because, the way I met Galen was actually kind of a fun story. Brand new to Denver. Well, back to Denver. 14 to 26, 27, I was living in Colorado Springs, moved back to Denver because I wanted to advance my IT degree or career. Doing any of that in the Springs is like pulling teeth from a jaguar.
Unless you have prior military service. And
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
So about a year after I moved back to Denver, Mom had bought her house up in the northwestern area.
In Arvada.
And so I moved in with her while I was saving up for my townhouse. But I Googled good places for karaoke. And it sent me to Ralston? Is that Ralston Road?
Austin Road.
So they're like Ralston Tavern or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It sent me to that place. And that's one where I met my favorite karaoke host. Fantastic guy
Only 'cause you
and
haven't done
great
a show with me.
voice. And two, about halfway through the night, this guy comes walking in. I'm like, is he dressed like a pirate? I mean, not full pirate, but I'd already been a pirate for many years. I can kind of figure out most pirates do kind of do that as a normal dress.
So it's an on-site identification.
Yes,
He was
and I'm like,
wearing a headscarf and a vest.
actually, he
As-
wasn't wearing a headscarf, but he was wearing
As-
every other bunny.
Okay, so as per his MO.
Yeah.
Without the headscarf.
And
Got it.
so I was needing another drink, so I walked over and I'm like, "Are you a pirate?" And he goes, I am the Commodore of the Crimson Mark. And I'm like, "Oh, I have heard of you." And he goes, "Oh, wait, what have you heard? Wait, how do you know me?" I'm like, "Well, currently I'm in the Colorado Rogues." And he goes, "Oh, that's how you've heard of me." He got kicked out of that group twice. But yeah.
He had reasons because he didn't like the step and fetch.
Oh, there was a whole bunch of reasons on every direction.
I don't
But
doubt
beside the
that.
point, I just wanted the meeting of us. So from that moment, every time he saw me at fair, he's like, "Hey, are you going to come over to the good ship? Or the good fleet? Are you going to come over to the good fleet? We have more fun over here. Are you going to come over to the good fleet? We have more fun over here. We don't have as many rules. We don't have as many rules. We don't do the stupid stuff." I'm like, "Okay, stop." I wasn't having issues with this group at that time, so I kept telling him to stop it. And then we had issues with that group, and he goes, "So you ready to come over now?" I'm like, "Talk to Chuck. It's going to be a package deal." And it was. We brought over multiple people. We created our own ship to come over, just like you did.
Yep.
Created our own ship, and we became the Fancy. And May 10th, 2019. He gives an exact day. See, this is why I love my captain.
Oh, good job.
May 10th of
Chuck.
2019 is when the Fancy was born into the Crimson Mark.
It was, thanks for sharing that, because that's cool as hell.
I love the random memory I have with how I met that man. I mean, some of the craziest memories I have with a lot of our unfortunate departed members of every pirate group that I've been in are like the stupidest, the weirdest ways that I could meet people, but clicked right away.
Well, and the same could be said with us. Like it was a
We
good
met
time.
there.
Yeah.
We forgot a flag.
Yeah, but I mean, even while we were there, even while we were there, we thought it was going to be one thing.
And it turned into
we
more
got,
than you expected.
We got lied to. Well, no, I mean, we were
Right.
told we were told that we
There
would
was
be
not
able to
gonna
do
be
these
karaoke.
things, and there was, then it was hot as fuck in that building.
Oh my god!
It
Did
was
they even turn on the air
horrible.
conditioning in that
No,
building?
so that's why we all moved outside to the patio.
Because it was way too hot.
I was literally just standing there. I'm just.
I looked
sweating.
at
I'm
Keith.
Like, I can't do this anymore.
I
man.
looked
I'm
at
gonna
Keith
die.
and I was like, I am gonna pass out in
Yeah,
here.
it was so hot.
And he's like, should we go outside? I'm like, let's do that. So we went out to the patio and we're just out there singing our little hearts out. It was me, Keith, Curtis was there, Amanda was there.
Yep.
My buddy Sig was there, and we were just out there singing singing it up, having a good time. We were more entertaining to random ass people.
We had people coming from inside because they didn't want to listen to karaoke anymore, and they were coming to the outside bar and just
listen
hang
to
out listening
shanties.
to us. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
so
like, look at these guys.
Yep.
that's
we're having a good
why.
time.
It's because they see grown adults wearing costumes when it's not Halloween, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Well, and the fact that we were having fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
That was
what
the-
everybody goes towards. So like, oh
that's-
look, that group. I've done
Yeah,
that in random.
Absolutely.
Like, oh,
They
that
look
group
like they're
seems
having
like they're
fun.
having a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Fuck you guys. You
It's
guys
kinda
suck.
boring.
I'm going over there.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? Oh, it's a wedding. And I'm like, oh, well then I don't, they're like, no, what do you want? I'm like, you guys are having a lot of fun. You're telling a whole bunch of obnoxious jokes. That's what piqued my interest. Can I tell an obnoxious joke? They're like, hey, a joke right here. I'm like, oh fuck, now I'm involved in this wedding party. Yay!
But, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, and that's the crazy thing is like, so going back to the whole portion of this, I mean, like you were our gateway to really all of the pirates. Yeah, we kind of knew
You were
Ash
already
and Rissa.
in there.
Ish.
Ash and
Ish.
Rissa are still a pretty good gateway into
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are, but we kind of knew them.
I mean, you kind of got thrown into everything by doing the bullshit with me. I think that's
Right,
what it
Yeah,
was.
right,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what I'm saying is that was the gateway because you opened everybody up to going, who are those two assholes? And the rest of the
Well,
fleet
see,
was
and
just
then
like,
Fidge
look at
already
these
knew
guys.
you guys, and she
Yep.
really liked you guys, which is why she goes, "Oh no, please make them play.
Yes.
They actually want to play." I'm
Yes.
like, okay, cool.
Yes.
Let's play.
And we had spent a couple of hours talking with them at that invasion, which was really neat because it's like I love hearing the stories that people have of how they got to fair, or I used to do this, or I was this person, and now
How they
I
met
do
the random
this.
people they
yeah.
know.
And so I think that's neat because it's like, how are we all connected? And it really speaks to what Keith and I are trying to do.
It was
With
a
the
lot of 6
Rascals.
degrees of separation.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
it's sporadic. Well, wait, we are connected. We just didn't know we were
Right.
connected.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. And I mean, you gave us a really good run over the summer. That was real fun.
That was fun.
I'm just happy you guys wanted to play.
I wouldn't have said no. I wouldn't have said no. At first, my first thing was like, my lizard brain was like, fuck that woman has your shit. Get your shit.
Well, and so your original
know?
first responses were like a little bit interesting, I thought. And I'm like, because you're like, well, we don't really have a lot of spare time. And I'm like,
Right.
all right, well, I can adjust a couple things. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm just going to this is what's going to happen. If you can play, you can play. If you can't, you
Well,
can't.
and that was the gist that I had gotten out of it. I was like, okay, look, it really depended because what we had got.
I was
saddled
trying to
with.
make it sparingly time
Yeah.
frame to not be obnoxious,
Right. And
but to
what we
also be
had-
involved a
what
little
we
bit.
had gotten tagged with leading up to, and we didn't find out until I think it was like the last weekend of rehearsals that we were
Yeah.
all of a sudden, these guys are going to be doing social media stuff. They're going to get video footage and all this other stuff. And that's where, like, my brain was like, oh shit. They just dumped this whole pile on
Potato.
us.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Sounds
I was
accurate,
up for
though.
the challenge, but it was like, okay, how much of this is gonna? And then the cool thing was, right before I agreed to everything that you had sent, they told me something very, very important. They're like, we're not trying to stop you from doing what you're primarily here for. And I was like, oh fuck, let's have fun. And then talked it over with Keith, and Keith is like, dude, we have to do this. This is a great thing. This is awesome.
I'm
Like,
glad you
this is
both
a
enjoyed it.
Great opportunity
I'm
for us
in.
to have some fun, and that's what we did. Was we just kind of leaned into it, which is awesome because now
I mean, you guys leaned into it more than I expected. I'm just gonna say for both of you guys. I loved how much extra foot or
Yeah.
10 you put into
Yeah.
these. It was great.
Well, I
loved
mean,
The
it.
whole serenading thing was. I was like, I looked at Rob and I was like, he's lost it.
No, he has not.
No, Rob.
No.
he's lost it.
No.
And that's how the whole bit came about. And he knew exactly where I was going. He goes, "Are we really gonna do this?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, we're gonna do this."
Yay! I love
Had
it.
no idea that it was like the hairy fairy thing.
Well, see, I told
So
him.
when he grabbed Worm and started leaving, I was like,
See, I told Worm, I asked you, and I'm like, you've been to closing Saturday before, right? And he goes, yes. I'm like, so you know what a good chunk of our pirates do
on
with
closing
their
Saturday.
dressing?
No.
I asked you, and you
No.
said, yeah, I know what they're
I was
doing.
like, yeah, sure, whatever, cool. What we can do
Yeah.
it.
So you had no idea. about
no,
that.
we had no.
Oh,
That's why.
that
so-
makes it so much better.
So, and here's the beautiful part of it. First off, I walk up to this man and I'm like, he's got fucking toothpicks sticking out of his fucking nose. This is gonna be interesting. And I'm like, okay. Then the part of my brain went, all right, I'm supposed to get a kiss from this asshole.
Yes.
Is this gonna be a
and
kiss
he
on the
gave it up way too easy. I'm just
Is
saying.
this well, you know,
I mean, but he was serenaded pretty good.
we did a good job.
They
I think we
almost
did it. I think-
forgot. I had to remind you guys. Oh, you're forgetting something.
You did. You did.
Yeah, I did, because I was just like, because I got up on stage and I'm like trying to, kill some time, like, hey, this is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I see Rob, he's coming in, I see Worm, I'm like, who the hell is that? I had no idea who it was. And then he got up on stage and I saw his
because
face,
I
and I'm like,
asked.
oh
I asked
my
if
God.
you knew what
No.
closing Saturday.
No, because
The outfits were.
I didn't know you were speaking specifically of like the way that that Worm and everybody.
You thought it was
dressed.
like for like the themed weekend.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude, it's time travel.
Okay, I'm not sorry because you still played into it
Oh
incredibly
yeah,
well.
I mean we were
Once-
committed.
Once
I mean,
I
it was
saw
gonna
that, I was
happen
like, oh my
either
god,
way.
this is great. This is great.
That
Like,
makes me feel so much better that worked even so
and
much
it's
better
so
than I planned.
it is so funny because we could have easily.
I did try to give you the
no,
warning.
no,
well,
you-
I asked. I
you did,
asked.
you did.
I thought you knew what I was talking about,
You
but
did.
apparently we were on the wrong page.
It's okay. It's okay. We
I
still had a good
apologize.
time
Oh, we
with
were
it.
still gonna do it no matter what. Yeah.
We
It
still
was
had a
just
good
like,
time with
huh.
it, and it was hilarious because
Because I thought I sent you a picture of me dressed as my stupid little blue.
yeah,
What did we?
on the day of.
Oh, I mean that's true. Because
Yeah.
I was doing the pictures of me holding your flag every night before,
and you
so
told
that
me-
you knew
Yeah.
what I was wearing.
And you told me, hey, come find me, and you sent me this picture, and I was like, okay, cool. She's dressed all crazy. I didn't realize everybody.
Well, not everybody.
Everybody.
Just all
Everybody. Everybody.
the people that are very comfortable in their own.
Skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
no.
showing
I mean-
a lot of it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't.
There was
You
there was,
didn't, but,
there was,
you know.
there was more skin shown than I was expecting.
I
I walked down into the pub,
I
was
fully
like,
expected
huh.
I fully expected us to finish our song and then Worm to break out in sweet transvestite.
I
Yeah,
mean,
something.
that would have been epic. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have died right then and there happy.
And you would have joined him.
I would have died happy. right then.
Yes.
That would have I would have been like this. I've seen everything, and I can die
So
happy.
at the same time, at least now you know.
Yeah.
Closing Saturday is Harry, Fairy, Fairly Harry.
Yep. Unfortunately, we'll be working, so we don't get to play in that.
I mean, that's agreed.
Hopefully.
You could always take this coming closing Saturday off.
No, can't
Yeah.
do it.
Can't do it.
Taking weekends
Can't
off
do
and
it because
working is
so there's a couple of things that have been rooted like strongly, firmly rooted in what I do at the festival. First and foremost, the hoist the colors, because I fought tooth and nail to get that.
and that turned out so.
But that was Pirate Weekend, not
Yeah.
closing weekend.
No. Closing weekend, I'm involved in a lightsaber battle.
Yep.
And that is far more important because there's a lot of people that are
'Cause of time
will
travel.
follow me into that.
No, I know, because I'm there in Time Travelers Weekend, because I'm not myself.
She does Loki.
I've seen that.
That's me.
I've seen that. So for us, we won't be able to play in that, but it is good to know.
But
So
at least now you know if you want to laugh, just walk by the Pirates Pub on closing Saturday,
Well, you're
and
not-
you will
I've-
see some.
By
Well,
like
or if you want to be
11:30,
traumatized,
because
it depends
all
on
the
how you
Harry
take
Fairies
it.
are smashed.
It depends on how
Yeah.
you take it. If you want to laugh or to be traumatized, just walk by the Pirates Pub.
I will say that one of the things that has really brought a good sense of welcome for me joining the fleet is just everybody's just kind of chill. Like everyone's relaxed. Everyone's you really don't run into those people that are like no. And I mean I get varying. I can go to a Mark party. Yes. No. No, the cool thing about it is I can go to a Mark party and have 5 different conversations that all kind of satisfy different boxes for me. Like I want to have an intellectual conversation. I will, like Ash and I sat down and had a legit history discussion about piracy, and that was so
You can do that with
great
Chuck,
for
too.
me.
Or Jeffrey.
I'm
Yeah,
always
Jeffrey's a good one for that one, too.
I'm always willing to argue
Chuck,
the
Ash,
point.
Jeffrey, there's another one. Who was the other good historical pirate?
Well, Golden Age historical pirate.
Well,
And that's where Ash and I were
No, 'cause
really
that's what we mean. Is those
Yeah.
who are the history buffs. So that's the good
Chuck,
thing
Jeffrey,
about-
Ash, and I could have
There's
sworn there was
another.
one more.
I think there is. I think you're right. That's
I'm
now
sorry
there's-
if we forget who.
and
you
now
are.
there's me because
And now also a
I've
fifth.
I've got more knowledge about the Eastern
Yes.
pirates than most people.
And honestly, have a good conversation with Chuck about that.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause he loves that history stuff, and the pirates that he doesn't know about, he wants. To
Oh yeah,
know
no,
about.
there's a few of them like I
I mean,
had
so do
mentioned
I, but you have to get me in the right mood.
I had mentioned earlier that I had a chance to speak at a school about piracy, and it was really neat because it was it's a magnet school or a charter school, if you will.
Nice.
And one of the cast members is a teacher at this school, and he's like, "Hey, man, you know far more about Eastern pirates than I do. Do you mind coming in and talking about it?" I was like, "No," and I was like, "Do you want me in costume? What do you want me to do? What's the time hack?" And I was very efficient with trying to find out details and everything. And so I was there for an hour, and it was an after-school club. This was really weird to
That's
me, like
awesome.
a history club. Like that's cool.
That's awesome.
And the kids got to choose their topic. And so for this year, they picked piracy and pirates. So they all went through and they defined what piracy is and what pirates are, what fits the model of pirate. And they were primarily talking, and they traveled all the way back to the very first recorded history of pirates, which was Julius Caesar.
Yep.
Julius Caesar being captured by the Corsairs and well, they weren't really Corsairs, but in the Mediterranean, and being held ransom, and they were moving forward, and we got to the 1500s, and so then we were talking about 1500s with the Wokou and the vast amount of time that the Wokou covers. So the Wokou, for those of you that are at home that don't know this, if you've ever watched One Piece, the anime, they talk about the Wokou or the Wako. That is actually a historical agency that exists. They lasted roughly about 300 years, which is longer than recorded history on Golden Age pirates that was only like, I think, 80 years or so. But we were talking about that. I even talked about one of my favorite pirate queens that at North Glen they had a poster up
Yeah.
of her,
Yes.
Ching Shi.
I didn't make it this year.
She's one of the only pirates that was allowed to retire.
Yes.
She was also featured as a fictional character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Referenced.
Reference.
Okay.
Referenced. Because
She wasn't featured. She was referenced.
yeah, she was referenced because it wasn't
They didn't use her exact name.
right. They truncated her name. That it was her
She was the only female pirate in
correct on the council originally. Yeah, on the Court of Pirates. But there's also there's one of my favorite guys, and this is really cool because he's a Japanese guy, and there's a whole family of these people, and they patrolled the waters of Kyoto, which Kyoto during the time frame was the major shipping town. My man is like the original racketeer, because what he would do is he'd turn around and go, "Hey, if you want to go through these waters, you need to have my flag, and the pirates will see it, and they will not attack your ships. This is what he told the Portuguese. And so the Portuguese are like, whatever, dude, we don't need your flag. So then he goes to his buddies and goes, hey, there's a shipment coming in. Hit him as hard as you can. So then the very next time they're going through there, they're like, hey, we want one of your flags.
Yeah.
So he charged them for the flags. And if they didn't pay for the flag, then he got his buddies to go ahead and ransack their ships and just take everything. So my man is like original Yakuza, original freaking racketeer in Japan. My boy is great. He's one of the only recognized sea lords by the imperial edict through Japan. It's ridiculous, dude. The amount of silliness that exists in there, it's really fascinating. But that's what I got to talk about, and the kids were just like, whoa. And so then I opened it up for the last 15 minutes for them to ask questions. And this is real cool because what he's doing, what the teacher is doing is now they're building ships.
Yeah.
They get to design their own ship.
Oh, glorious.
And they were asking me like what ship is better than others, like the Spanish galleons, or
What ship holds more people?
Right,
What ship is more for a smaller crew?
And each ship has its own. And so then they were asking me about the whalebacks and why the whalebacks were so great. Well, because the whalebacks were the original compartmentalized ships. So much like the Titanic, you could close off a section and it would not sink the ship. Unlike the Titanic, these were actually able.
sink?
Yeah, these were actually.
For Titanic, she has such
Is that too early? Is that too early for Titanic?
It's always too
soon.
soon for
Okay.
Titanic.
Okay.
Yes.
But that was it.
It's a sinking problem. I'm sorry.
It's not gonna hold any water.
No. I mean, the
Yeah.
ice is full ahead.
So, but it was really cool because I mean, these kids ranged from like 6th grade all the way to I think junior was the
Okay, so you had older kids.
yeah.
So the kids that I work with are just like, Miss Palmer, why are you dressed as a pirate?
Because
Because it's
y'all are
freaking
getting
Halloween.
nerves.
Like some of your
And then her
classmates
kids go
pick this.
creepy.
Huh?
And then her kids go creepy.
Oh yeah. So last year,
I almost got invited.
she almost. So
Totally different scenario, sorry.
one of the cool things about the Crimson Mark is that every single person obviously has a real life
Their own background.
job. They have their own background. They have their own life.
We have a lot of teachers. Teachers are glorious. We need to salvage our
I'm
teachers.
not a teacher, but I'm close enough.
She's close enough to a
Close enough. So last year, the 3rd graders that we had last year were 4th grade this year. One of them in particular.
I don't know how that works, teacher.
One of them in particular, very, very sweet girl. I absolutely
Come down,
adore
Keith.
her.
Come down.
Yeah.
Rob, you are doing so good today. You're so polite.
I know.
So I don't even remember how it came up. I was in their class for math, 3rd grade kids, and they started talking about serial killers.
That's Keith's forte.
Candace is also. But I'm like,
Miniatures
okay,
for
hold
them.
on, wait. Why are you asking me about this? I don't know, just curious. I'm like, how do you know about this? Oh, my mom watches Dateline. Or 48 Hours. Or whatever.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ballin's my new one. I like Mr. Ballin.
But I'm
I've actually kind of gotten into, what is it, I almost got away with it.
Oh yeah,
They're just
that-
hilarious.
or Snapped. So I'm like,
Snap's
okay,
always been
so
funny.
I will answer your questions to the best of my ability because I know somebody who has taught me about a lot of this stuff. So go ahead. So they're asking me questions. I'm trying to answer it. And then after school, I texted Candace and I'm like, hey, I hope you're proud of me. A bunch of these kids were asking about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I answered the questions the best that I could.
From what she
Of
told
all
me,
the
what her
serial
answers
killers to
was,
talk about, though.
from what she told me, the
Third
answers
graders.
that she gave, she only got like 1.5 wrong.
I mean, dude, out of all of the killers for a kid to talk about,
Right?
I'm sorry.
know.
I'm one of
But
those
this is-
people. I
this
have
was
a favorite
little
serial killer.
girl.
who's your favorite serial killer?
I have a reason why.
Okay,
He's
who's
my
your
favorite
favorite?
serial killer. Dahmer.
Okay, why?
because he was killed too soon, that we didn't actually get the full knowledge, psyche of it. My favorite aspect of serial killers is the psyche.
Okay.
And the reason why I like him is because he's an unanswered question.
Okay. That makes sense. I could dig that, but it's like that's
Not because of what he did. I want
Right.
to know why
right,
he did it.
right. That's because you do have. I mean, aside from like the Zodiac killer, like for
Which
the most.
actually they do have
Well, what I'm saying is,
metroclonial DNA matching.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, for the most part, you know, like it comes out why they were that way. Like,
Yeah.
Like, what's the girl's name that was in Monster? Monster was based off of her.
Oh.
Eileen Warnes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we know why she did that.
Yeah.
You know,
She did that for the same reason that a lot of people are pissed since the beginning of this month.
Yes, yes. So it's kind of crazy because it's like, wow, I can understand that. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Like wanting to know the answer.
And that's why I love Jeffrey, is because we got a lot of answers. But we got a lot of answers in like the first couple interviews, which in all honesty, if anybody's ever interviewed a serial killer, you're not going to get the true answers in the
Yeah.
first fucking couple.
No, you
couple
gotta
interviews.
dig.
And it takes a psychologist to get those answers and get those answers to
Yep.
be more accurate. We have assumptions. That's all we have is assumptions.
Which is the
Because he
mother of
was
all
killed too quickly. He was murdered in prison. I do feel bad. I feel more bad for his father because his father actually attempted. Mother did not. Father actually attempted. I do feel bad for his father. But he also didn't see the warning signs either, which is why he attempted to make the book, and the book flopped because people were like, well, why are you trying to make money off of this? Well, now we are, so we
Like,
should try again,
I
because
mean,
now
and
everybody's
then-
making money off
And
of
then
this
you
shit.
then
Yeah.
you then you fast forward and it's like, first off, everybody's telling the stories, or they're making money off of, I don't know.
But I mean, even
Stupid
a lot of the
YouTube
stuff that
channels.
we could learn from the father, even a lot of the stuff that we can learn off of the father would be more than we currently have.
My favorite thing about Jeffrey Dahmer is what he said about tattoos.
Oh yeah, because the ink makes them taste funny, so I won't eat people with tattoos.
All the more reason
Protect
to
yourself,
more
kids. Get tattoos.
Right here.
Ah.
Oh, I got tons, and they're all on my back. And I got one right
And
here.
also, for those of you that fat
Wait.
shame, pay
Yeah.
attention, because most of the time it's the skinny kids that get killed.
Which
Yeah,
is
'cause if you're-
interesting. I'm just saying, that's just
You're
interesting.
too heavy to pick up.
They
and
want
move.
fatter cows.
That's
Eat more cake. You can't be drawn into a freaking
Get
band.
tattoos and eat more cake.
He's gonna tell me twice.
for Keith. It's spaghetti.
It's definitely
yes.
It's spaghetti.
I like cake.
So we've been talking for a little bit.
head bowing your.
Let's talk a little bit about
Ooh, what's gonna come
Pirates.
this year?
Oh, we've already talked about that.
No,
Okay,
no,
so-
you haven't fully talked about what's gonna come this. Oh, sorry, you haven't talked with us. what's
Okay.
coming this year.
Do you want to talk about the Crimson Mark?
Yeah, let's
What about
talk about as a not as a let's not go too deep into it.
As deep as you would like to go.
That's
No,
definitely what she said.
no, we're actually gonna save that because we're gonna get Commodore Worm to come and talk about it. So I don't want to steal the man's thunder. We got to let him do his thing, but on the surface of it, the Crimson Mark is a society, a pirate society, a pirate group,
Pirate Club.
a pirate club.
Sorry, Bob was there again.
That you guys are always at festival.
Well, there are members
No, there's
that are always there.
always someone there.
There's
And Worm
always-
is definitely one of those that is almost always there.
Yeah.
There's always a good clump of us that are at the festival or at some sort of event for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And other
Pirate
events,
Fest,
Pirate Fest, you've got
halfway to Ren
Yep.
Fair.
Any karaoke's.
Karaoke. I mean, God,
St.
karaoke
Patrick's Day.
glory usually
Yep.
happens.
Yep, and
Patty's Day.
we were recently up
Parades.
there. We were recently up there at Arvada doing
Oh,
a birthday
for the
party.
bar crawl
Yeah.
for
Ash's birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Ash.
Yep.
That was fun.
So I know that a lot of people have this idea that they're just drunkards and blah blah blah.
We're a bunch of nerds.
Well, yes, but we're polite about it. We may be drunk, but we're not going to be a dick.
Which is,
Right.
so it's funny because Rob
And
and I
we
had
tip
this.
very, very well.
Rob and I had this conversation long before like the mark even came in.
For us.
Is that it's I've been around CRF for years, so I kind of knew some of the people that were in and out, and it was always the one kind of I don't know, the way that people looked at
Yeah, the perception is that they're
perception
just
of
there
the mark
propped
is
on the bar.
that they're just a bunch of drunk asses.
Yeah.
Right,
You
and
know,
we
we're
know
and
that.
they go in there,
We know
and
that.
so it's kind of, and that's so when Rob and I were, kind of getting into the whole, joining in and all this, I said it's one of the things that we really want to focus on is bringing that misconception of what the mark really is.
So, what have you guys learned in the last?
Oh, you guys are a bunch of
10
drunk
months?
asses.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
you guys
Yeah.
all suck.
Yeah.
Hey!
I was like, wow, I was totally wrong.
I
mean,
only suck when I'm being paid.
these. Wow.
Left turn right there, guys.
All
Left
right,
turn.
so,
It's been
that
great
was a
hanging
good
out with
show.
you guys.
That was
See you
a
guys
good
later.
show. We're gonna cut now.
That's what she said.
So, no, one of the things that we wanted really to bring to light to everyone is that like what we have learned is that there is a big majority of people that hang out in the Pirates pub. Go figure, pirates hanging out in the Pirates pub.
Surprise!
Go
surprise.
figure that out. The other thing that really shocked me, and this is really cool, is the amount of people that came up to me during like end of season party where they were like, yeah, I used to be on cast. I worked booths. I did all these things, and like so a lot of the
Most of the pirates are members.
yeah they
Either
were
they vended there or they've been cast members or
absolutely
something.
right. And that was something that really to me drew a big spotlight on. Oh no, they're taking care of their own. And I mean, I witnessed it myself last season, where someone was kind of stumbling, and
We collapsed.
I watched Commodore look at somebody and go, he needs to go. Like, get him out of here. Somebody get him home. And I thought that was the coolest damn thing in the world to me. And that's what tipped my hand over it, was because Keith and I, honestly, we went back and forth for probably the better part of 3 or 4 weeks, where we were messing around with you, and that was right before the end of season. Was like, hey, have we thought about this? Like, what do we think about this? Because we're trying to preserve the brand. And it was like, okay, do we throw lots with these guys? What's the benefit? What's the downside of it? And so when I saw that, I turned around and I was like, I think there's a big misunderstanding of what's going on here. And
So what you were saying is like the punk mentality.
Yeah.
If they fall down in the pit, you pick them up.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, it's one of those. I'm not going to say that. There's a certain individual that has put a damper on pirates. And there are other individuals within pirate groups that have adhered that damper that said person has an issue with.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all know it.
Yeah.
Every freaking pirate knows
Yeah.
what we're fighting against.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we are becoming blocked so often because of the persona of one person.
Right.
Well, persona of one person that was caused by
Yeah.
a dozen.
Yeah.
Which I get it.
Yeah.
I get the persona. But it's been years.
Which that is
It's been years.
that is something that our ship has taken as we're on a PR campaign right now. We're trying to put our name out there. We're trying to put Rascals and to celebrate what we all are. We're all very free spirits. We're all very much, I accept you for who you are. As weird as you are, I still love you, and we can do things like that, and just have
And
fun
have no issues. Oh,
while
really?
we got zero issues,
She's not doing nothing.
So
sorry. Rob's not doing. Oh, there we go. There we go, Sarah. Come on.
So
Come on.
unabashedly we can be who we are, and that is what really it means to me, is I can step forward and, hey, we're gonna go do this. Who wants to come?
Right. So as also.
No, go ahead.
So also as a newer captain, same kind of thing. I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
take a step back.
Yeah.
I know it's not uncommon on the other ships. My ship in particular, I do have a lot of queer, neurodivergent, whatever on
I
my
think I'm the
ship.
only weird one on our ship.
You're enough.
No, I don't think so.
You're enough.
Well, no, on my ship. Well,
No, I don't think so.
Pillow Top is a poly. I'm a poly.
I know, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about.
But that's
poly.
that's the only weird shit on our ship. You guys actually have the full transitioners happening.
I have non-binary trans mask. I have trans. I have non-binaries. I have full-on pansexuals. I have bisexuals. I have now the odd ones out straights.
I mean,
we're
isn't that
odd?
weird?
Yeah.
Well, wait,
It's
isn't
getting
that
to that
my
point.
mom was trying to tell me that there was like the whole QBJ whatever plus community. The straights now have their own little code, and she told me what it
That
was.
is
and
the
I
dumbest
forgot.
thing in the world.
I'm like, wait, why do we have to have our own little code? Are we just straight?
That's
But apparently,
You're not straight.
well, I'm not, but she is.
Okay.
And so she thought it was really weird that through this all adding on. I'm sorry, this is very inconsiderate. I'm not meant to be that, but through all the add-ons of straights got their own different title, and my mom doesn't understand why straights are not just considered straights anymore.
You know,
I have not heard of that, and now I'm confused.
Yeah.
She told me this 2 years ago, that she heard that straights had a totally different name nowadays. And I'm like, I haven't even heard it.
Cisgender heterosexual. Is it that?
No, it was something shorter than
No. Cis-
breeder.
that.
Breeder.
I mean,
I'm
cis-
sorry, pitch black.
I mean, that
you know,
would
that's,
be
that- that's-
accurate. I'm not gonna lie.
I just thought of like Chronicles of
You
Riddick.
know,
That's where my head
Can
went.
we
Yeah,
make
right.
that a common thing? If you are straight and you want babies and the male, female, you're a breeder.
God, that's actually kind of funny.
Breeder.
Yeah.
Breeder.
My breeding partner is fixed.
Was he broken
But you
to begin with?
had
What?
a baby. So
Was he
you're a
broken to
breeder.
begin with?
You've met him. I mean,
I have.
yeah.
I
He's a
have.
little
Okay,
off.
you
But
also
that-
both just got through telling me how much you love him, so I don't want to
I do love him.
That
As
wasn't
broken
on-
as he
Is that too
I-
far? Can we call those that want to be that breeders? Just breeders. I
I'd
like
go for that.
breeder.
I'd go
Okay,
for that.
So I think the
But mom said that there was like some total random thing that she heard or saw
so
that made straights a totally different name, and she didn't understand why straights got a totally different name.
I think cisgender heterosexual beings of the red variety might find that offensive. You know what I mean?
I don't get what you mean.
Right-leaning people.
But my
Red
mom
variety.
is not a red.
I know your mom isn't.
Well, she's a movie.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Anyway.
So
She
your
can't
mom
fly.
doesn't
Anyway.
Deja,
Anyway,
don't
guys.
worry about it. I promise. Everything is fine and we love you just
Apparently
the way-
nobody knows because nobody else has heard.
Eh.
If
Love all of
anybody
our
else has
breeders.
heard what a straight person is now called, let me know.
No, they're called breeders. We just established that.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
called
Okay.
breeders
Yeah,
now.
and
We're
we
called
love all of
breeders.
you.
Okay. Not a breeder, only had one.
That's
Still
that's
a freaking
one.
breeder.
That's
Mine.
one.
You're a
And
breeder.
I'm done.
And?
He's a breeder. He's a breeder.
You have 5.
You're a breeder.
I have
Yeah,
one.
I'm a rabbit. What do you want?
I have one.
And
That's it.
that one is enough.
Wait.
Fred.
I know.
Are you really
that's
a
why
rabbit?
that's it.
Yeah. 75.
Have you met her?
Bullshit. You have
I'm-
not had 75 children.
No, I was born in 1975. I'm a rabbit.
That doesn't mean you're a rabbit.
Yes.
If you were a rabbit, you'd be having a baby every year of your life.
You would be having a litter every year.
It could be. I was in the army.
At least you admitted it.
I mean, there's possibilities.
There could be some more.
There might be. Who knows?
I'm so glad to be a woman that I don't have to worry about that.
In all honesty, though, bringing it back a little bit, what we were talking about is what, we're trying to get rid of the misunderstandings, the misconceptions. And from what Sarah was just telling us, the Mark is a very inclusive
Everybody and
organization.
everybody.
Right, pretty much.
Very inclusive organization. We're not going to
Some people
judge
may
you.
not fully agree with that, but we can remove
play with us. That's all we're ever gonna ask.
Yeah.
Dress up.
Yeah.
Do the stupidness with
Come and
us.
talk.
You don't even have to be a drinker. We have so many pirates
There
that
are
not drinkers.
There are people on my crew that do not drink alcohol.
If you were willing to come play, do some karaoke, it doesn't even matter. You
And that's-
can even just come to an
That's
event and just
really
do stupid
where
stuff.
most
Dress
of
up,
my
have some
guys
fun.
are at. Most of our crew is, you guys are crazy. You guys have fun. You do things. We want to be part of it.
And see, the glorious thing is that even sober, we are a fun group to be around that we can keep it entertaining enough for you to want to hang out with us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
if you don't
I've
like that person,
attended
go find
functions
another one wearing a
completely sober.
sash.
There's so
Yeah.
many to choose from.
Like I said, it goes back to, I can have 7 different varying conversations on different things. I went, literally, after season party, I went from talking about historical pirates to anime to
This.
Deadpool to Renaissance Rascals to all, like, basically
Yeah.
everything that we just talked about right here.
Yep.
I talked about that at the end of season party, and it was so weird because it was so fluid that it wasn't. I didn't feel like I was being judged. There was a couple of people that kind of gave me that, like, I don't know if I want to talk to you, but cool. I went and found
Everybody's
somebody
allowed
else.
their own opinion.
Right, and it
And that's
was.
still the glory thing within this group. You are still allowed your own opinion.
Although I will say, shame on you pirates that did not know Hoist the Colors after freaking our big event during CRF at the end of season party. You guys were just kind of like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, that was kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
That's what we call shame.
Shame.
Shame. I
Yeah.
left end of season party early. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
No, you're good.
I was so
There was an
tired.
inordinate amount of people that were like, wait, what's going on? And then afterwards, Pocket comes up and goes, hey, are we going to sing? I'm like, dude, where the hell were you at?
I missed it.
No,
I
but
missed
you,
a lot
but you,
of
you were
things
you
on
were
the
there
fair
for
party.
you were there for the actual thing.
I was there for the announcements.
No,
and
no,
the
but
upgrades.
you were there for the actual event at CRF.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did
Well,
you
the
stay
first
for the
one,
closing? Did you stay for the closing
I
gate?
did. Well, no, I walked by.
So the closing gate at the very on Sunday was the
See, I'm
best.
not there on Sundays normally.
That one was the best, and we managed to terrify the entertainment director to the point that she turned around and she pulled me off to the side afterwards, and she's like, "I still have goosebumps."
So
That's
I
the
was
thing.
terrified.
it's for the very first one to be stronger than the last one.
Yeah.
So
So the Saturday-
just you wait.
The
It's
Saturday
only gonna get
one.
better. The Rascals only know how to do
I mean, with
one
how
thing.
many of the marks showed up,
It's gonna get better.
it's gonna get better.
The reason why it's gonna get
We're
better,
gonna get more.
I'm hiring a band.
Oh dear God.
Okay, so
Well, but then you're not gonna hear the pirates.
No. I'm hiring a band that is going to be playing the drum beat behind us as we're doing what we're doing. It's and kids, here's a sneak peek. We're going to meet at the corners at the right above the wood chips. And we're going to
corners or
come
the pan statue
above. So at the four
There
corners.
are-
We call everybody
There
kids.
probably are kids because
I mean, I'm a kid.
Well, yeah.
no, my fifth
So-
grade girls.
It's behind the pan statue, right where the cobblestones end
Okay.
at the
Yeah.
crossroads. So
That's not the corners.
Hey,
We're-
so last time you
Yeah.
said you were doing it there, you were further down.
Yeah, 'cause I got
I had
pushed.
all the pirates
I got
going
pushed.
there.
I got
and then all of a
pushed.
sudden, oh shit, they're down there.
yeah, I got pushed.
So we were late to the party because.
Yeah,
were
we
on
got
the wrong
we got
direction.
pushed. Now this
Showed up right on time.
next year, we're gonna be at the crossroads.
You
Wait,
s-
wait. We're gonna be at the crossroads. We're gonna have the different ships. All of the ships will come from different directions, the 4 cardinal directions of the compass.
Okay.
And as they're coming up, is when we're gonna start.
Okay, so Kira and I were late to the last one because we both had to pee really bad because we've been drinking all day.
Okay, so that's poor planning.
No, there was a line.
I'm just gonna say,
Have you ever seen the line for the women's
Yes,
bathroom?
it's
And-
That's why.
and I'm just gonna
When
tell
you
you.
go to that one, you have to go up. I'm sorry, you have to go uphill to the lesser line.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
that hill that sucks that we all hate.
No. Kira
But
and I
there's
came
no
down
line
from
there.
the pub.
Fair.
We came down from the pub to the privy by the steak on a steak, and then we went straight shot to the front, to the Pan statue, and we were like caught the tail end of it, and that was it.
That's okay. It was fast. It was fast, but the gate closed one on the second day was epic because I had no idea what this jackass was doing behind me. Because I'm standing at the front, I turn around, he's gone.
You guys
He's
knew
not
behind
there.
I just started gathering people.
He was grabbing,
I'm just grabbing people out of the crowd. I'm like, you're coming with me.
and so there was a slow stalk towards the Lord,
So when
the
he
Lord
turned around
Sheriff.
Again, I had
But you
probably
guys know that the shadow stole something from the sheriff.
Oh,
Yes.
See, that's what I was going with. He stole it and then he put it back.
yeah.
The shadow.
The shadow.
You saw it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw when he did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
the shadow.
He was the one that was also trying to steal your flag from me.
Oh.
Same person.
Yeah, he did. The shadow
Stole
was my
from.
master gunner. Ouch.
But yeah, so and you had asked earlier what else do we have planned for the coming year?
Yes.
Lots of stuff, honestly. To close out the year, we're going to be doing caroling at the Kris Kringle Market, but we're also going to the Veterans Home in Aurora. January, we've got the Halfway to Fair party that we're all going to be at.
Kilt night out. Yep.
And then I won't be wearing a kilt. I'll wear a skirt, but I'm not
That's
going to wear a
also
kilt.
a hop,
Oh,
skip, and a jump
wear
away
a
from my house.
fucking kilt for once in your life.
No, I don't have a kilt, so I'm not going to buy one for that. That's not me. I'll wear my long skirts that I wore the first season, like that set of robes was really badass.
I mean, so that's a different story.
Yeah.
That is not a kilt that you're wearing incorrectly. That is actually a skirt.
Yes. It's
Well, it's not even a
hanfu.
skirt.
It's a hanfu.
Yeah.
It's robes, but I call it a skirt because damn the man that created skirts, because I almost ate the dirt up there several times because I kept on stepping on the damn thing.
That's why we have skirt hikes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I get it.
Okay.
So
I know what I'm getting
skirt
Rob this year.
hikes.
We're getting him skirt hikes.
so halfway to
I
fair,
would love to.
and then there is the Renaissance Masquerade Ball for those that are going to go to that. That's in January, like
Yeah,
one
man.
one
During the
right after the
springs.
other. That one's in Manitou at the Cliff House, which is really cool.
Jared and I will be there. That'll be the.
Okay,
I mean, my brother will
and
never see this, but he lives in there.
and then
And then
there's the Renaissance Rascals presents,
a night at Tortuga.
Yay!
which is going to be on February 8th at the Mercury Club, 8 to 11.
It's gonna be fabulous.
It's going to be amazing. But
It's gonna be something.
you better order
be
your
limited.
tickets ahead of time.
It's a ticketed event.
It is a ticketed event, and we're going to have fun with it. More to follow. Keep your eyes on the Rascals
Do you know what the
channels.
prices are yet?
17 with a $3 surcharge if you buy it
$20.
online,
So basically 20
Let's say
online.
20 bucks.
20 online.
and 25 at the door.
Got it.
If,
If
the
you
tickets,
don't
if
sell
the
out.
tickets already aren't sold out.
Because
online,
we've
so.
got only 100 seats.
So $20.
Unless we get a lot of interest, in which case then it turns into more of a amphitheater style concert versus more of a relaxed dinner theater type of thing.
Either way, we're going to cause chaos.
I mean,
It's going to be a
others-
great night, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's,
That's what the Crimson Mark does best.
so
Well, in all honesty,
Loving
that's what
chaos.
the Renaissance Rascals do is cause chaos.
Chaos.
yes.
And then the Mark brings in the loving part.
yeah, because we're not loving very much.
Candace and I are.
You guys are.
Oh,
That's
I'm loving a lot.
that's
Oh,
why
yes,
that's
yes.
that's why we like you guys.
Wait, no, we're it's not what we're talking about.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Squirrel.
Squirreling. Squirrel. I was thinking of a strip club again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. And then after that, we're going to Arizona in the Pirate Invasion in March,
Yep.
March 1st and 2nd.
First and second.
And then we're ramping up for CRF and maybe a little bit more things. We thought about going down to New Orleans for the
The April.
April,
adventure.
yeah, but it unfortunately it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to go down there just yet.
You
And
have
by
many
sense,
years to do so.
well, by sense I mean monetarily, because we're not able to get down there just yet. Keith has a lot of things that he's not able to break away from work for. So
It's not cheap. the time consumption is also a thing. We
It's-
already
that's the-
have a lot of time consumption taken out.
Yeah, and that is really kind of running into a couple other things that we want to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and then we have rehearsals going in and
'Cause
getting
rehearsals
ramped up
start in
for
May,
CRF.
right?
Yeah,
So,
sometime in May. We're also planning on crashing the auditions again, but this time both of us.
So are you
allegedly-
like in like full-fledged crash through a brick wall? Like,
Oh,
put up a
dude, if
brick
I could get
wall
him
and
to
just
break
crash.
through a brick wall.
Oh yeah.
No, just put up your own foam wall and just crash through it. It'd be fun. You're welcome.
We'll see what happens.
Give me
You already
more
started
ideas.
thinking.
I may just toss Rob through.
I mean, I'm okay with that too. I just kind of really want
Yeah.
the video.
No,
of you
we're not
talking.
doing Rob tossing.
through a
You do.
window.
No.
I want to
No,
toss a Rob.
no.
You knew Candace tossing.
Ooh, Candace
Can I toss
tossing.
you?
Stop
All
it.
right, so kids,
Stop it.
don't play with matches.
Stop it. There's children watching. Stop it.
Only if they're watching.
Yeah.
Her-
Oh no! What's gonna happen is she's gonna go back after Thanksgiving break, and she's gonna be, "Oh my God, guys, it was great. We were talking about you. I gave you a shout out," and then they're gonna sit there and watch the whole
And you
damn
could
thing,
never watch the
and they're gonna be
episode.
like, "Oh my God, let me tell you what Sarah did
Oh my
on
God,
this show."
Miss, why did you do that? You are insane. I
No,
can just hear it.
so the only thing I hope for, if all your students get from this whole thing,
It was just 3 of
well, I mean,
them.
they're gonna get a lot of things.
Oh
from
no!
this.
It'll start with
Yeah.
just 3,
Sarah.
and then they're gonna realize it's recorded, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, you gotta watch this, bruh. You gotta watch this."
So, Sarah, if
Listen, bro.
anything they get from this, which they're gonna get a lot, but if anything they get from this is when we cheers our bottles.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Miss, were you drinking out of a bottle?
Straight.
Yes, dear.
Took it
I was.
straight.
You
drinking
did
out
too
of a
when you were
bottle
in
of wine.
diapers. What's
I
up?
am older.
You are
I
not
am
wrong.
old enough to drink. I am 36 years old, and you guys know that.
Look, let me explain this to you kids. The way that this works, you're born, you start drinking out of a bottle, you get older, you start drinking out of
the
more
bottle.
bottles.
And then
but
you
get
die.
but you learn how to get your own bottle and open it. And then after a while you stop getting old, you get more old and you just don't open the bottle, somebody else brings it to you.
You're not freaking wrong.
No, not at all.
Freaking frog.
That's what?
Because
Frong?
Frog. I think
Frog.
I said frog.
Frong.
If my girls are still watching, I'm sorry. I love you.
No, you're not.
Hi, girls. I'm not sorry. She loves you.
I love
I don't know you.
you. Ignore them.
yeah, I got it.
Anybody in my family that might happen to watch this, I love you, and you're not surprised.
No.
You know, my mom actually met Keith last year, or like last time we went down to Arizona for Ren Festival, and my mom was like, "Who's this guy?" First off, he was like, "Okay, before we get to your house, I got to ask a series of questions. Don't get mad." I'm like, "All right." No.
That's always the bad thing.
No,
Don't
because-
get
No, I
mad.
had questions.
because
I'm
I-
like, you can't get mad because these are like real questions.
Like he was
they're
like
questionable?
I gotta know, can I do the Joe Coy voice? No.
Joseph.
No.
Joseph.
No. No. No.
No. See, I had to know.
He had to.
I mean, that's
that's
a
a
fair
legit
question.
question.
That's a good
That's a
question.
legit question. I was
That's
like,
a
I
very
can't. Be,
fair
I'm not mad
question.
at you. I'm not mad at
How
you.
is she gonna take that?
And then he asked me the next question, which was, so is this a shoes on, shoes off kind of house? I'm like, it's. You take your shoes off. You're good.
We asked.
No, and
I had to
it's.
find out. I'm like, oh, it's the Asian
I didn't
thing.
even need
I'm
to
like,
ask.
is it the
Candace
shoes
asked
off?
for me.
And then,
I did.
And
I
then
asked. I'm
the
like,
third.
shoes on, shoes off. She goes, shoes off. I'm like,
The
okay,
third
perfect.
question he asked was, okay,
But I ask in every household. I'm sorry. I'm one of those.
no, that's respect.
If
That's
you're
respect.
coming through my front door, I actually like it. The shoes off. I mean, my cats make enough of a mess for anybody. I don't
Yeah,
need
I don't
more.
want to have to clean up after your shit.
Well, I already
Yeah.
have to clean up after my cat shit, literally.
Yeah. So,
When it comes to you, I don't care.
I mean, that's
Take
also
your shoes
fair.
off or on at my house.
More often than not, people then when they come to certain parties, they're just walking from the front door to the back door, and like that's fine.
For me,
all
it's
wood
a-
there. It's good.
it's more of a statement of, I plan on staying a while. And when I invite you in, you take your shoes off, you get comfortable.
And that's what
So
that's how I view it.
Yes.
If you're gonna actually stay, take your shoes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, because
If
I
you're
don't
just
want
gonna
you.
be here for
A couple of
an
minutes?
hour,
Yeah.
maybe 2 max. Yeah. Leave your shoes on.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but for
I don't
God's
care.
sakes, don't kick your feet up on my table.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Don't put your shoe.
That, with the shoes, Sarah, with the shoes.
Oh, wait.
My shoes are.
Oh, wait. What? Here, I'm gonna do Keith Mack. You ready?
Can you count through the socks?
Oh, my socks don't match. I just realized that.
And
Shame
that
on you, Sarah.
that is the one thing her students are going to take away from it.
Sorry. Bob
And now
got
it's
friendly.
recorded.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well. It doesn't matter. They know I don't match my socks.
That's awesome, man.
Bob.
But that's
Bob
what
looks
we
like-
that's what we have
what we got
planned
coming up.
for the next year. We're actually going to ramp up in August to record a few more shows that'll carry us through the whole year.
And so
Because
I
that was
have a question.
yes,
Oh,
The Renaissance Rascals.
that's us.
yes, us. It's us.
Mr. Commodore of the Renaissance Rascals. How and when did the Rascals get created?
So that's
That's a multifaceted answer.
that's a really
And that's
fun
why I love
question
it.
because the original idea spawned from my observation of there's a huge gap in the way that people perform, and I wanted to be on the edge of where everybody that's considered the good actors. I wanted that because I'd never done improv like what we do at the festival. I've done scripted stuff. I've been in a couple of like small town production plays. So I had brought it up to Keith in a couple of different statements. I was like, dude, some people really can do this and some people really can't. And so we were sitting on the parapet one day and
Let me stop you there.
okay, go for it.
So, I had always wanted to do a like Renaissance fair based podcast for years because I love the fair, I love everything about it, and then I got on cast and I was like, oh my god, I would love to do this
And share, yeah.
and share experiences, open things up to new people.
Yeah.
But I never had anyone that I could do it with, so I was just like, all right, well, it's a dream, it's cool, I'd love to do it, but
And then
it'll
this
probably
asshole
never
shows up.
it'll probably never come to fruition. And then
This has
So we were up on parapet one day, and I noticed that there's a person on cast that has 4 lines that they repeat throughout the day, and it drove me mad because I generally don't have an idea of what I'm going to say until I say it.
yeah,
And oftentimes when I do say it, I'm like, ooh, shouldn't have said that. or
Story of
it's
my life.
or it's
that could have came up.
yeah, or it's that, or it's, ooh, I wonder if they were upset with that. It's gone, it's over, whatever. And so I looked at Keith and I was like, you know, man, I got an idea. How do you feel about doing a podcast? And he's like,
I'm in.
didn't even give me a chance to explain what my vision was.
I was.
It
Just
was
wanted you-
That's- that's- I
100%.
was like,
That's
sweet,
exactly
I got
what it
somebody-
was.
Yeah.
Like, seriously,
He was
stars
like-
aligned.
he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's
Well, and it-
exactly how it happened. I
and-
was like, I'm in.
and the-
he goes, well, you don't even know what it's about. And I was like, oh yeah.
And that
so then
was-
he kind of outlined just real quick.
I
like, hey,
gave
what
him a
about
quick
this? And I'm like,
rundown, and he was like, "Oh
okay,
wow,
I'm in."
that's." And so then I started doing more research on it. On like, I did a cross section of podcasts that are Renaissance related, and what was their content. And I put in a lot of hours, kids, because you say you want to be a YouTuber, but you don't know all the stuff that's behind the scenes.
They want to be TikTokers.
Well, they
Well,
want to
even
be in,
behind TikToking. There's a lot going on. Behind
it's all the
that.
same
know.
it's all the same principles because as the producer for the Renaissance Rascals, I had to design a logo. I had to create a mission statement. I had to start thinking about scheduling. I had to start thinking about all these things. So parents that are out there are like, "Oh, my kid wants to be an influencer." Dude, I told this to a teacher once. I'm going to tell it to all of you guys. When your kid says this, they're telling you they want to be an entrepreneur. You don't stifle it. Fucking feed into it. Feed into it and teach them how to do this because there's a lot of different jobs that are tied to this. Fortunately, I have a strong,
Oh no.
I've got a strong set of skills that are the backbone of what we do. Keith, what we jokingly will say that Keith is the talent.
I mean, I see you.
Well, mainly because I'm taking care of all the stuff on the back end. So I'm taking care of the graphics. I'm taking care of setting all of this up. because I can't ask him to do that. Literally, he comes in, sits down, and I'm like, hey, man, how's that shot look? Help me adjust the cameras. And that's about the extent of his knowledge.
Pretty much, yeah.
Unless it has to do with sound. He's good with sound. I can talk to him about mics, and he's good.
So if Rob edits this and he says I can't do this, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna do it again.
Oh, I don't edit it. Actually, that goes into our
You
story.
did some editing.
No, that
Nope.
goes into the story of what we
edit
do.
nothing.
Everything. Once we
Really?
hit record, that is it.
I take that back.
I don't.
Oh wait, no, I
So-
don't. It won't go down.
So we've actually had people that say, dude, you guys, your editing is great. We can't even tell when, edits are made.
Because
There's
no breaks.
There's no cuts.
That's-
There's no
we
edits.
hit record, and at the end of the
So-
episode, we hit
The
stop.
editing that we do talk about is when I'm adding videos to play.
Yeah.
My only other question that I have is why do you choose to do your videos in casual dress instead of as the pirates or as your
It's a-
cast members?
Pain in the ass to get dressed, and because here's the other problem.
And so do you prefer people to know who you really are and not just as the cast members that you play?
We like both.
So for
So why not do some episodes in full?
We will. That's this
because
season.
if you the way we look at it is the Renaissance Rascals are Rob and Keith.
Yep.
So that's why we're dressed like this.
Okay.
But we go in and out of character at the fair because some people will recognize us as
Rob and
Rob
Keith.
and
Robert
Keith.
and Yen Shang. Other people recognize us as Rob and Keith.
Yep.
So, hey, you guys want the podcast? Yeah, that's us. Oh, it's cool to see you oh, that's what you guys look like, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the Renaissance Rascals encompasses a lot of other things other than just our characters at fair.
Yep.
So you guys are gonna do one where you guys are
Oh, yeah.
Renaissance Rascals on a live
Oh.
feed as Robin Keith,
Yeah,
but
that-
Renaissance Rascals.
Sure.
Right?
And some
Yeah.
of the things that we have done last year is
Shame on you.
we've also done like a lot of the stuff that we threw up on TikTok was us in costume.
Yeah.
So because that's quick shot stuff that doesn't
I'm not
take
gonna say
a
I'm a
lot.
stalker, but I'm a stalker.
Oh, no, dude.
I've seen it all.
No, dude, it's awesome when we have a good fan base. It's
Squirrel's a
great.
stalker. You should stalk too.
There's a link over there.
I prefer silent observer.
Yeah.
Stalkers.
Yeah, that's a negative connotation.
Squirrel, like-
But Squirrel is a stalker. He
Okay,
can be
all right,
silent
fair
all he
enough,
wants, but
fair enough.
Squirrel is a stalker.
Oh, mama.
Squirrel stalks the things she likes.
Squirrel also likes boobs.
I mean,
Everybody
Squirrel is
does.
not- I mean, really, who doesn't like boobs?
Dude, I'm telling you, it solves world
if you
wars.
don't like boobs,
Yeah.
you're lying. I'm sorry. Gay, straight,
No,
trans,
here.
doesn't matter. Boobs are
let me re-emphasize that. When you was born, you were probably boob.
Even now, I am a fully strictly dickly. I love boobs.
It's the
Boobs.
female form.
It doesn't matter.
We've had this
Boobs.
conversation before where I'm a heterosexual male, but I can appreciate a good-looking man.
Right.
Looking at you, Sheriff.
Nah.
He knows who we're talking about.
He knows.
He knows. The Eggman.
Cuckoo.
The human body, no matter what form, shape, whatever, is glorious.
Unless it's smashed. Then that's kind of ew.
I mean, only if there's cuts.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tangent real quick.
I mean, but I
No,
also like the.
I'm gonna
glory.
tangent. We went to the human body exhibit in Vegas.
How was that?
Oh,
I
it was
didn't
so
go.
badass, dude.
I keep being
Literally,
told
they
I need to go.
lasered a freaking body.
And you can walk through.
Oh, God, it was awesome.
That's not gonna happen.
Have you seen the ones at the museum here?
I've seen enough to go.
So-
I'm not doing it.
Okay, so
But
the
aren't
ones
you
at
the
muse-
horror?
Right?
But the ones at the museum
Yeah,
here
no.
are.
Oh, wait. You want to hear something even funnier?
But I'm not.
You want to hear
So I'm
something?
more of an extreme horror fan than you. are.
Yeah, you want to hear something even funnier? Guy works in haunts.
And you
Okay?
don't like the
No.
gory shit.
Even smaller than that. Even smaller than that.
You don't like the jump scares?
Doesn't like spiders.
Oh no, I don't like spiders.
I mean, I don't like spiders in my house, but in nature, I don't care.
As
If
long
they're
as they stay in
outside, I
nature.
don't care either.
Yeah, you.
There's
you
tarantulas in my house.
Great.
They're in terrariums. They stay inside of their terrariums.
Yeah, and so there's nights where I'll crash over here because we have something to do in the morning. and the spiders.
My
that
daughter,
are in
my
the guest
22-year-old has the other one,
have to
and
be-
she's got
I'm
a
like,
couple
I
extra.
cannot sleep in this room.
I think she's got like
I don't
9.
blame you.
Yeah, no, can't do
I
it.
don't.
I have to pee. I'll be back. Just so everybody knows.
Here,
Oh,
Bob will take your place.
So, Bob, what are your thoughts on global warming?
Okay, the creepy crawly part of spiders, tarantulas, I'm not a fan of. However, we do have jumping spiders who live on our playground at school.
Nice.
And the kids are like, ah, it's a spider! I'm like, it's outside. We're in his home. Leave him alone.
Yeah, yeah,
Leave him alone.
yeah.
You come into my home though; it's completely different.
Yeah, actually, they're good for your house. Keeps the rest of the bugs down.
No,
But
yeah.
you can
know
also
what
have
else keeps the rest
carnivorous
of the bug
plants
down?
and they will do the same thing.
Spray. Psst. Okay.
You know how you keep spiders out of your house, right?
Um,
You'll like this because you're a scent guy.
okay. Peppermint. Yeah.
Peppermint and lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender, they don't like the smell of it.
You can also get carnivorous plants.
Also, eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a really good one too.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And remember, kids, if you live in a desert area, if you see a scorpion in your house, you're gonna have to clean the entire house with bleach.
Yeah.
Like literally, you'll have to bleach the floors because they leave a pheromone behind, and it'll bring more in. Learned that living in Arizona.
Yes.
We don't live in Arizona. We live in
Still high desert area, and there are scorpions in
I
Colorado.
know, and the tarantulas do their migration across southern Colorado. I know.
Yeah, my wife wants to go see that.
No, thank you. I'll pass.
Yeah.
Stay home.
So
sound good.
that's how
Watch
we
it on the news.
how we met, and it's funny because this last season there were people on like management positions that were like, "You guys are insane!" Like the level that you guys have risen to from last year is just insanity.
From what I've heard, they're not wrong.
Well, I was an observer last year, so 2023 that was my
Again,
first year.
leveled
Yeah,
way the
no.
hell up.
I came out of my skin and I was like, all right, here we go. I'm here. Let's have fun. And Keith and I constantly challenge each other, push each other, and we're constantly encouraging the rest of our castmates. Hey, let's do this. Let's have fun. Let's elevate this. Let's not be stuck to these bits and just be this. Let's engage. Let's have fun.
Okay. I have a challenge. For you.
Sure.
I don't think it will
There's
be
a Corona in there.
terribly difficult.
Do you want? There's also an angry orchard.
John and Pinky.
It's at the can. Yeah,
Duchess
go
of
for it.
Norfolk.
Yes.
I don't think it would be terribly difficult to get them to do something
Other side.
silly or goofy. But I want to see you guys try.
Um,
John and Pinky.
that may not be possible, but I'm not going to say anything else.
They were
I don't know. That may not be possible.
I'm going to be heartbroken if they retire.
So I will tell you that would probably not happen anyway, because John is very
His character.
strict about his character.
Yep, his
So
character.
with his character.
I can get Pinky to do it. She's funny.
Pinky would
Okay,
would
dude,
joke around and have fun,
I know.
but John's very
Taciturn.
yes.
John is.
And I love that man. He's awesome.
I
he
love him to death.
really is. John and Pinky are a couple goals. They're retirement.
Yes, absolutely right.
Always.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be reversed for me and Cindy, though. Like, I would be the one that's dragging her along. And
Yeah.
she'd be like, okay, fine, I'll put this damn thing
Pinky
on.
doesn't drag John along? Because she does.
No. I'm saying the gender roles would be reversed. Because, obviously, I mean, come on, come on. So, and there's certain things that like I this last year was kind of flattering for me because I had a few different cast members that were like, dude, you seem to have like all of these crazy ideas. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, there's literally a Rolodex in my head that just has all of these craziness things. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, well, I have an idea. And so we would game it out and I'd give them, okay, we'll try doing this. What about this? And I mean, I'm not some huge acting guru. We're not afraid of mentioning that and admitting that because I don't know
You're
everything.
good. But you're not that
I'm good, but I'm not screen worthy, or you're not going to see me on
Well, I
Broadway.
don't know. I
You
mean,
know,
you could.
no,
If you
wrong
really
skin color.
wanted. Oh, really?
I'm
Come on.
never gonna be a
There
leading
are
man.
plenty of those.
No, but in all
But you also have to do
honesty,
your own stunts, though.
dude, I'm down.
See,
I'm
You'll be
down for
fine.
that. But the things that we've tried to do, and I shared this with the rest of the cast when we were doing Cordial Cut this last year. I set I had a set of goals that Keith and I had talked about at the beginning of the season. I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And I checked off every single box that I had set for myself.
And so this year, what are the new checkboxes?
I don't share those.
Why not?
Because people have a tendency of wanting to try to force it because, oh, I fit that box, so I'm going to force that.
See, I'm
I
just
want to
asking
make that
how
happen.
can I help?
Oh no,
Can we help?
and it's one of those things that the mark
there are
is
things that we will reach out to people.
yes,
And go, hey, we need your help with this.
right, but it's one I won't ever share the check boxes because it's not something that I want anybody to try to make. Okay, I'm ready to do it. Like I know it's you.
It's
It's
you
my
need to
list.
make
It's
it.
at my pace, and because Keith and we're not perfectionists, but we don't like doing
We don't have to.
substandard shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys have seen some of the things that we've done with the mark already, and it's like we're not just gonna. All right, I have this idea. All right, everybody else do it. We're gonna come up with the idea. We're gonna plan out the execution of it. We're gonna see the execution. Then we're gonna turn around and go. All right, what did we think of that?
Well, a lot of it too is quality over quantity.
Yes.
So I mean, if we have 10 things we want to do, but we only do 5 of them really, really well, and we don't do the other 5, I would rather have those 5
Yeah.
knock everybody's socks off than doing 10 things that are mediocre and everybody goes, it was okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Meanwhile,
that's
you
how
know,
we roll.
you look at the things that we did over the last season. You know, the big one that I always will go back to is the pirate arrest.
Yeah.
That was the most impactful
But
thing
your
that we did
favorite one was on Sunday when I wasn't even there.
because it came together the way that it should have.
Your favorite one should have been when I was there.
Yeah, that was
my
our
favorite
favorite one.
See,
Yeah, it
I
was my
knew it was
favorite.
one of your
Hit,
favorite
hit,
ones.
hit, nudge, nudge. That's what that was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Rob's favorite was something
Hint,
my
hint,
favorite.
hint, nudge, nudge. Make sure your ass is there for all of the performances.
Yeah. Okay. You know we started
Hey,
at 1:45.
yeah,
I can't be there every damn weekend, every damn day.
So
Yeah.
you just make sure that you're there both days on Pirate Weekend.
Pirate Weekend is a must.
That's the only ones that we
Are
really
you
care
gonna pay for
about.
one of my tickets?
I will.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, then fine, I'll be there.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
Like, we got you.
I'm like, wait, if
let's-
you're gonna
let's
do
make a
that,
deal.
then
Let's
that's
make a
gonna
deal
happen.
right now. Pirate Weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Got you. Got it.
Candace, got it.
Done.
I'll be there Saturday,
Done.
Sunday.
Which and that is something that Keith and I both have said several times. Is like we love what we do.
For $2
What the
a day,
kids
you can sponsor a squirrel.
That's right.
In the arms of the angel.
And a Bob. And a Bob. Sponsored
Bob gets in
Bob.
free though. He's
Yeah, Bob gets
this
in
is
free.
considered a child.
No, only
He's
if
my
he's under
little
the age of
brainchild. Look at him. Look at him.
He
He's a
is
little
because he was
brainchild.
only bought this year.
Wait, but look at the cameras.
I like how you smoothed him down though. I like that.
That was mostly just because I had to get his outer coating done.
Yeah. Well, you
So
had to,
he's fully sealed inside
yeah.
and out.
No, but you had to get the hair off of him because that was.
And I was actually kind of sad. I liked his little
His little
random
mohawk.
strands of hair that was happening, and I'm still thinking that I might add fake hair back on. We'll see.
Get him some hair.
do
We'll see.
it.
I
Little
don't
tufts of
have
hair.
that much fake hair to add on, but I've been thinking about
But
it.
yeah, dude, Keith and I have talked about this a couple of times. Like, you know, if we have friends or people that watch us that are like, yo, dude, I want to be there, but I can't afford it. Hit us up, info@therenaissancerascals.com. We'll see what we can do. We've got a network of people that are more than happy to help you.
We have a lot of people that typically have a lot of spare tickets.
Exactly, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like,
we know people.
we've got a network of people that will help out
These
because
guys put up a post going, "Hey, we're looking for one spare ticket for this
I'm
Saturday."
sure I'm gonna get, like,
pretty
6.
Sure
We'll
have
there's
se-
gonna
we'll
be
have 70
plenty.
tickets.
yeah, I'm gonna have like 6 or 7, or somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, who's it for? I got him." And I'm like, "Okay, cool."
How can we get it to them? That's
Yeah.
always going to be the only trick.
No,
though. How
it's
do we get
not
it to 'em?
because right after Cannon goes off, you can see us in one of two places.
Yep.
Right there by the
Right
the
outside
right of
the
the
front gate.
front
Right
gate,
to the
or up by the motorcycles.
And well, there we go.
But yeah, that's kind of what we've got planned and how we do things as far as coming up with things. We don't really script out like fully word for word what we're going to say. We have an idea, and then we just kind of improv the rest of it because that's the fun part of it.
right, fine. Since you won't give us what you're planning,
They have a concept.
give me one thing that you are wanting the Crimson Mark to help with this year.
We're gonna redo the pirate arrest because I'm trying to make that a staple. But that's the softball pitch to the Mark, because I know if I ever run into any issues, I have to look for 3 people to make this happen. Anytime I need any help, there are 3 people. No. There are 3 people at any given point in time. If I see them in the streets, I can go, hey, I need people.
Oh.
Squirrel,
Mhm.
Sarah,
Yeah.
Masha.
Oh.
Masha.
Oh, God.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Dude.
Yeah. Those
Masha's on my ship too.
those 3 people, those 3 lovely ladies.
Actually, if you can find Ash, because if you find him on the street, that means he's not in the shop. He can gather people.
Well, he's
So the
hardly ever in the shop. He's always at the pub.
Exactly.
which is easier for me. And even Ash and I talked about this. People will listen to Masha out at festival before Ash.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, not
Masha is
wrong.
everywhere.
Yes,
And she
and she moves quick.
does.
I'm also an asshole, and I'm like, hey, wait, you didn't listen to me. Fucking listen to me now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're still not listening. All right, I'm going to get more in your face. Listen to me
She can get
now.
louder and louder and louder.
Don't make me use my teacher voice.
Don't threaten me
And
with a
I-
good time.
Don't make me use my
So actually,
mom
this
voice.
came up not too long ago.
That's him, not me.
I think this was like last week, and it was a comment like, well, the microphone's not working. And this was people not pirates. Not pirate people, semi-associated with pirates, going, oh, because they're used to my fundraiser. Like, oh, well, the microphone's not working. Yeah, Candace don't fucking care.
No.
Everybody can fucking hear her. If
That's right.
If she needs to protect her voice, I mean,
Yep.
there's no amount that the jukebox can be on that you will not
Well,
hear her.
it's very rascally of you, because whenever we want to be heard, we are heard,
Yes.
Exactly. That's
and that's the
'cause
way
was
that we do
It
things.
came up when I was telling people, like, oh yeah, because Keith goes, yeah, don't doubt that. And I'm like, well, yeah, we've been to your fundraiser. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Usually the microphone is broken.
What happened to the? Do you still have my?
It's still in my
child's
house.
toy
We really
microphone?
need to stop on my house to give you the fucking fairy wings back and the microphone.
Oh, you still have my fairy wing. Her fairy wings too. Not mine.
I have
hers.
Bria's fairy wings.
But yeah, so that's aside from that one, I know that there's a couple of things that I have planned that I'm waiting on confirmation from a couple of different people. So
Is there anything?
did you ever get a chance to read the Articles of Agreement for Jin Mon? Did I ever share that with you?
No.
So I based the Articles of Agreement for Jin Mon off of Bartholomew Roberts' actual Articles of Agreement, and it's in our recruit book. So it's hilarious because Rule 6 is all quarrels will be settled ashore with pistol and sword. So what does that mean as far as like a performer? Well, as a performer, we don't go into combat, play combat, or anything without proper training. So I'm organizing with somebody to teach some of my crew combat sentences, so a sequence of movements. And we're going to stage arguments aboard ship that will be settled ashore at the festival.
So wait, question. Ashore in a landlocked state.
So
No,
during shore
I'm
leave,
just saying.
meaning not fair time, or during fair time.
during fair time.
So ashore is.
Ashore is anything.
You purposely came to a landlocked state
We're
and
not-
waited to
but
dispute
Larkspurshire is not in Colorado.
and you waited to dispute this.
But Larkspurshire is not in Colorado. It is in England. It is in England.
I mean, I know they want it to be.
It is set in England. I'm sorry. You can try to argue it all you want, but the story for the festival is England.
We're in England.
I know
So
they want it to be English.
so that is kind of where it's at. And as far as like being set ashore, that's anything that is not, because right now I consider us at sea. We are, the
Yes.
ship is at sea right now.
Yes, I got that backwards. So fair is shore leave.
Yes.
The rest of the year is at sea.
Yes, yes. And so not just because, remember, Jinmon sails from England to China and back. So,
Except for February 8th.
which then we're in Tortuga.
Yes.
I mean-
and so that's why
Which-
our whole
You're
thing.
making a pit stop in the Caribbean.
Yes. So
Magically.
our whole.
So wait, there's
our
a
whole thing-
question.
Yes.
You're making a pit stop in Tortuga,
Uh-huh.
in a place that's actually typically cold at that time frame.
Uh-huh.
How much are you going to raise the heat to make this Tortuga?
We can't.
Because it should be 80s.
We can't.
Yeah.
But when you pack all the
Like, it
bodies
should
in
be
there,
80.
it'll be
It's gonna
about
get
80.
hot. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
So
Just wait till everybody shows up. Make sure you wear your deodorant, man.
Yeah, the whole concept.
Look like a
of the
pirate,
show,
don't smell like
I
one.
wear deodorant.
We
Oh.
all the Mark decided we're all going to Tortuga, so this is where we've met up. So this is why.
Which, I guess I can announce that then. Because, yes,
It's already been approved.
it has been approved,
Well, you did already announce it.
but I didn't say this part.
Well,
This is officially a Crimson Mark event. You will see flags from all of the ships there. You will be in garb. This is a
Yes.
garbed event. It does count.
Event.
It does count for your requirement.
You're once a
Required
year.
attendance for one event per
attendance.
year.
Yeah, which could be festival. Hopefully, it's not just you're not just going to festival. That's the cool thing is that like each ship has its own personality, as well as its own rule set that is in addition to what the baseline rules are. For example, most of my ship is performers by design,
Yes.
because I need to be able to reach out and go, hey, I have an event. I need a guitarist. I need a violinist. I need a flautist. I need this. I need this. I need this. And that way I could just post it in one spot and my crew goes, oh yeah, I'm available.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a dual purpose thing, but we still like to have fun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, even on my ship. I mean, we have Jessica, my bestie, my wifey, whatever.
Wifey.
She lives down here. She actually lives further south than you, but her work's. But she always makes it fair.
nice.
At least once.
Yeah.
And she will make it to karaoke events on occasion.
Yeah.
But
Which is
even
great.
People from the Springs, people from Fort Collins, even people from Wyoming or different states, if you just make it, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, we will put you up, we will give you a place to stay, come hang out, come have some fun.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
If it's not during fair season, even more fun.
So-
we will make an event for you.
So how
Oh darn, they're in town this weekend.
Oh,
Let's go
no.
do something fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. An
or if
excuse to
you
do stupid shit.
if you crash at my place, hey, what's Rob cooking today?
Oh my God, Rob is an amazing cook.
Thank you.
The food tonight was amazing.
We had adobo. We had Filipino adobo,
And it was
pork adobo
so yummy.
Shocking.
Candace.
with some rice.
Candace.
Yeah, rice is rice.
Rob's adobo or my lasagna.
That's not a comparison.
Fuck you,
Lasagna.
bitch.
That's not a comparison.
That is not a comparison.
I've never even had it, and I'm
Uh,
taking
that's
lasagna.
that's not even a comparison.
But it's not a comparison. That was glorious, but
Yeah,
that's
no,
also
and it's not fair
glorious.
because
Oh, dude, no.
I'm such a sucker. for
I love lasagna too.
I'm gonna pick lasagna, spaghetti.
It'd be
Don't.
you have to compare apples
I
to
don't like
apples,
you.
dear. It
don't
can't
like
be
you.
lasagna or lumpia. I mean, like
Okay, so-
lumpia's gonna win. Sorry.
Just
Ooh,
because
that's
this is
a
the
tough one.
first
I don't
meal
know.
Okay.
That's a tough one there.
This is the first meal that you have made for her and I. When
Mm-hmm.
she and I have our wine nights, like this would be considered a wine
Oh,
night.
okay.
But I'm the one who usually
Actually,
cooks and she
Fridays.
brings
Yeah.
the wine.
Oh, okay.
I bring the wine, she makes the food because she is the kitchen witch.
Oh, nice.
Her love language is food.
Mine is food as well.
How do we get invited to these wine nights?
Come to
That's
Denver.
You guys have
Yeah,
to come up
that's-
to North Glen.
way too far on Friday. Yeah, I don't get off till 6.
Sorry. I mean, we
Oh,
can
but
move
for
them to
lasagna.
Saturdays if
we
you would
could
come.
move it to a Saturday or Sunday.
Lasagna.
I work on I
we
work on
we can
Saturdays
move
too.
to a Saturday, but it's also one of
Yeah,
those.
I work at a
if you make
dealership,
it.
so
Oh, yeah.
so it's hard for me to get like I
I
had
did
to
that for a
fight.
while, too.
I had to fight to get Saturdays off.
Okay, so if we bring you guys up to my house for a Sunday afternoon, would you want lasagna so I could plan ahead? Because the only reason I bring this up is because in August or even before fair, she's like, well, let's do a wine night in however many weeks when we both have this time off. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want for dinner so I can plan ahead? She's like, lasagna. I'm like, the only reason I'm going to do this for you is because you asked 3 weeks in advance.
Right, dude. Okay.
She makes amazing lasagna.
Every
that's all.
Christmas party I have had at my workplace, I'm allowed to cook one fucking thing.
Okay.
Lumpia.
Okay.
Filipino style egg rolls. Okay. You know how
I don't think
long?
I've ever had that.
I'll treat you, okay? Because I have to sit down and make a shit ton of them because I like to make a batch of them and freeze a bunch.
Okay.
Okay. It takes me 8 hours to make them. Usually when I sit down, I'm making like 200 to 300 of them because they're only about yay big and about that. So about yay big and about that thick. Okay.
Okay.
So if I do a wine event next August, September, like I normally do,
Sure.
which I invited you guys,
You
but I don't know why you didn't
mind
come.
September's because this last year I got forced into a
So it's
role.
whatever weekend, either end of August, beginning of September, that Rissa, Ash, and Fidget are not doing something, is when I do it, because, well, they are my winers.
Well, and
Every
then-
wine event that I did at my
if you don't have
townhouse,
a vending event that I'm going to be helping you with.
they were typically the other two people that showed. I'm getting more at this house.
Yeah.
But to add that in,
Yeah.
if you're willing,
Yeah.
if we can make the timing work.
Yeah. No, it's
So
but
be
it is
a
such a
communication between
yeah.
Yeah.
everybody.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Including Fidget and Ash to make
Yeah.
sure that Ash doesn't really show up, but Fidget does.
Yeah.
'Cause she likes the wine.
We'll figure it out. I mean, that's
But
I'm not a
you
big
guys
wine
come up
drinker,
there.
but it would be
But it would
just
be
an
like
excuse.
a Saturday or Sunday, whichever one is
Well,
easier.
you guys, if so something at her house, if we did something at my house, same kind of deal. You just bring whatever you want. I'll make it.
Well, I would actually make something that goes complimentary with whatever you're making because I don't.
Oh yeah, we're still recording. aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
So I don't do like
Hot.
big swings in culinary because it's like if you're gonna make Italian, I'm not gonna bring something that is contradictory or doesn't fit within that palette.
I am all
See, that's why I
over
like
the
my wine
place.
events. It's like whatever
Whatever
you
I
think
feel
will
like
pair
making,
with wine.
whether it
I don't care.
mixes together well or not, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually part of a wine club. If you tell me what you're bringing, I will make sure to purchase a wine that will.
What do
pair
they
with
call
it.
that? What do they call that?
A wine constant.
No.
Sommelier.
It's sommelier. Thank you. I knew you knew that word. I knew you knew it.
Of course.
Good job.
I'm a wine guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. Honey wine is about the best I'll do.
Mead.
Yeah.
Mead.
Look, we try to be a little bit eloquent every now and then.
Candace likes
I'm not
all
out
kinds
of
of wines, especially red wine. But I like sweet
Tonight
wine.
was Sablon.
And I discovered when my daughter was about almost 2 that I'm allergic to Sauvignon Blanc.
That's
Last time we
horrible.
met up, I was terribly upset because I accidentally grabbed a bottle.
Yeah, so we went
She goes, I
back to the
can't
liquor
drink
store.
that. I'm allergic. I'm like, oh, fuck.
We went back to the liquor store and we tried Snoop Dogg's rosé.
Yep. That was
And
actually
it was
pretty good.
delicious.
It was actually pretty good.
That's awesome. Anyway, any other questions you guys want to end this out on?
Was your mother a hamster?
Your father smelled of
no.
elderberries.
Yeah,
No,
did your
she's-
father smell of elderberries?
Sometimes.
I think it's probably a good time that we go where Dave will chill taunt us a second time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been a
Yes, I did
great.
that reference. She's dying. She's like,
I
oh god,
love
he
it.
picked it up.
This has been a great show. I mean, we're bordering about 2 hours.
I
Yeah.
know. It's been a
We're
long show.
bordering about 2 hours,
Can we
which
do this
And we
again?
squirreled off onto
Yeah.
so many different things.
yeah, no, and
Yeah,
that's
good job, squirrel.
it's fun with these guest shows because we don't know how long it's going to be.
No,
I think the longest one that we've done was with Eric, and that one was almost like just under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
I think that, with what we're planning for this season, more shows, more guests, more
For sure.
more things about how to elevate to that next level of performance and what you should be looking for, not outside of yourself, but inside yourself to build your character up.
Absolutely.
But this has been wonderful. Our friend Squirrel.
I want to thank you guys for having us here. I appreciate it.
Of
It's been
course.
entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining. I like that. Entertaining.
Entertaining.
It's squirrelism. Entertaining.
Squirrelism.
Entertaining.
Yeah. And then we've also had our friend Bloody Mary, also known as Sarah. Any parting words there, Sarah?
I have had so much fun, and I want to do this again.
Absolutely.
We really need to do this again.
Yeah. Next time we do it at your place.
Sure.
I don't know how the hell I'd manage that one.
I don't know how we're going to do that.
No, it would be.
And like we could do
but,
it at my place, but it definitely wouldn't be
But
extravagant.
but here's the thing. This is all going to change.
You guys just
This is all the work in progress.
Yeah,
so.
the studio will turn into a legitimate
Tavern.
Because you said by next year that you were like revamping.
Yeah, that was the plan, but money. So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So,
time.
but
So
we've.
you do realize you have pirate friends that if you ask them, they will help you come remodel for cheap.
I also work part-time at Lowe's, and I get an employee discount.
That's good to know. But the other thing is that we're going to be doing little snippet videos of the things that we're doing in progress of trying to show this. So over the season, the tavern will become more and more and more. You'll see more things, more taverny. You'll also see weapon racks
This
in the
already
background.
is looking I like this table.
This table was super cheap. I think I spent $70 on it. It's a custom-made table.
Very sturdy.
It's heavy as hell. I could literally have I could throw Keith on this and we can dissect him. So coming up on the next episode,
Can we dissect?
How to dissect your bear.
how to dissect your baron.
I mean, I'm down for that one.
But
if
yeah,
I'm not invited to this one, I'm gonna hate
we'll have you on the live.
We'll have
I'll
you-
have you on the
We'll have
camera.
you do the voiceover.
Yeah,
As long as I'm holding the heart, I don't care.
he doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Everybody
Pretty sure he
does.
does.
No, he doesn't.
It might be like Grinch small,
It's
but it's there.
He says
It's
that.
there,
He says
and
that,
I'm
but
gonna
he has a
hold it.
soft spot for all the little kitties.
love the keys.
He loves the kids. But guys, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you guys making the trip all the way down here to hang out with us. We're thankful that you're able to make it worth your time. We will have to try to figure out another time, another place to do this. Well, not another place.
There's not
but
gonna be another
no, another time that we can meet up and do this. Maybe after a big Mark event, maybe
Maybe.
as a recap.
Oh, so like
As
maybe
long as you're
after
okay with us
Christmas?
coming in here and
Maybe
berating
I'm
us.
not going to be at the Christmas party. I have to work.
Oh, we will.
No, I'm saying that.
Oh, I'll be at the Christmas.
I'm saying
event,
one that
but
we're
from
all-
December through like February. I am not driving to the Springs because
Weather.
Fuck that weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying more along the lines of like after all of us have been at a event, and one of the things that I'm actually aiming for as far as like the Mark is concerned, I want to have ship to ship visitations. So I want to
Wait, what are
invite
you talking about?
all of my captain friends out there, and we can do just ship parties where it's just Jinmon and the Fancy or the Siren. All of our crews go somewhere together,
The fleet.
or some, just
Yeah.
two ships passing together, enjoying and breaking
Actually,
bread.
I like that idea. I
Oi.
should try to do that
Yeah.
one too.
Okay.
I think that would be fun. I think it would be neat. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know about it, especially those of you that are in the Mark. For those of you that aren't in the Mark or are looking to join, all you have to do is one simple thing. Find us. That's where the conversation starts.
Yep.
Find us.
Anybody wearing a black and red
Wait,
patch?
No, stop moving! Stop moving! Stop moving!
But thanks, guys, for joining us. Once again, I'm Rob,
I'm Keith.
and we are the Renaissance Rascals.
Huzzah!
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.
there it goes.
Wow, that was long.
That was
She
Damn.
said.
Shut up.
Not to me, but go on.
Are you gonna stop recording?
Yeah.
Ending soon. I mean,
we
so
usually-
isn't this the point where we're supposed to tell like naughty jokes?
You can.
Yeah.
What was the good one that I heard earlier this week?
What did the horse say when it fell down? I've fallen and I can't get it up.
Oh my god, you're
All
terrible.
right, that shouldn't have happened. That was